last session. Quite a few bombshells dropped. Nothing too major. Just the fact that Rosie was killed, and so was Iodak's biological daughter, and he was married to a woman for years and years, and he killed his kid, and was the direct result of a massacre. But no biggie, quite a few things happened with that. To kind of summarize, you were able to learn some info about Rosie's dad, Iodak, from the many wooden lockboxes that Rosie was able to find in his study. There was a lot of them, but throughout the 10, you were able to piece together a few little stories. The fact that he was married, he did some pretty fucked up shit, as you would imagine being in a mafia, and ended up having to kill his wife because she was a Demon Council sleeper agent, and he was able to get back his daughter, Camilla, but Rosie was also tied along with it. Don't really know the full story on why that was. Oh yeah, Rosie's an elf, by the way. She just had her ears clipped. And after getting all that info, you guys were able to go to the Don after he had destroyed the necklace the day after, because that tuckered him out a bit. He took all the magic out of it and just turned it back into a regular necklace. And you guys sort of claimed some of your favors as far as that goes. Dagrim wanted to get some info on some phylactids, which he was able to do. From what the Don knew, is that it was a condensed form of many of Mage's souls and spell books, essentially condensed into one, but he did not know how it was made, as far as that goes. But he did seem to have a phylactid and willingly gave it to Dagrim after a short conversation. Did he know that they had it? And after, more or less saying, nope, we didn't, he handed it over, and it is a greater invisibility phylactid. Whatever he does with that is up to him. I believe Dan started talking about getting a better body with Cal, just kind of breaking down what it's going to take to get a new body. And I believe you were going to be talking with the cleric of the Devil Mafia, aka Timmy, who was going to assist in potential regeneration, but they were currently tied up in getting Brit back up and running, but with losing her brain and all that. Alternatively, you were looking to acquire some higher level spells through some means, seeing that higher level scrolls are a bit more hard to get. And he said he would put you in touch with Arun, the resident spellcaster of the Devil Mafia. And let's see. Rez, I believe, got some more info about what's his name? I keep forgetting it.
The Sovereign?
The opposite. Yes, the Sovereign. I don't know why I keep forgetting the Sovereign. But yes, got some more info about the Sovereign. And I believe you had asked him as a favor to see if you could find any more info about these gems and who owned them, and essentially just more info about that in general, that whole thing in general.
Correct.
He agreed to that. As far as that goes, that didn't seem to be an issue. And AAA's favor was seeing if he could get more info and whereabouts about his family members. And I believe Rosie's was just getting a little bit more info about her father, but I don't know if she's actually used or claimed
No, she hasn't.
Yeah, she has not claimed it, but he did say that he would, as the daughter to the second in command, the Cordomanche, he would see what he could do to find the elven family known as Val and Ilric Yestri, who supposedly, from what you gathered on the memories, is Rosie's true parents. And I think the rest of that was mostly just talking about your next plans. Got a few options. The Devil Dawn did also say a little bit more about possibly tracking down Idek. He had stated that there is a creature, basically a frog-like creature, that essentially can harvest memories from a person for another being to view, a Hydroloth. And they said if they could find that, they could get back his memories leading up to the time that he was sent off, and that might be able to get them to find out where the Arcane Bastille is. And I think that's more or less all the info he had. He was still looking to see if he could find anything else on where these Hydroloths might have been. So I think that's about everything. Correct me if I'm missing anything, but I think that was it. There was a lot of stuff happening and a lot of things learned. And yeah, for those still out of the loop for Rosie's whole thing, in references, I have a timeline breakdown of what all happened with Rosie and Camilla. Rosie is now free of Camilla, by the way. She does not have to wear the ring anymore. Oh yeah, and she also broke up with the Black Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
She done did.
Yep, and I think she was able to get the ring back, the Ring of Mind Shielding from him before she broke up. And so you would have that now. And I think that's everything. So, yeah. You guys would find yourselves back at the bar / your apartments. It's up to you to decide what your next moves are going to be.
Sweet.
It is currently about midday.
Well, who's got something? Because I think I want to say Dan and Rosie were occupied doing the body modifications today.
Yeah, you're going to work on adding various features to you, like getting things set up for that. But you were also looking to at least talk with a cleric at one point about, if I recall correctly, growing yourself back.
Yeah, that's when the cleric is available. A cleric that can cast Regenerate.
It is above me. Well, I think Dagrim would spend some time meditating to Merkel to fill him in on the stuff, the information. Okay. But that's just in the background. I'm just doing that.
Okay.
It's a one-way telephone call. If he picks up, he picks up.
So you sent him a memo.
Yep. A little voice memo. Okay. Takes a while. Pretty big distance, you know.
That's fair. So what all would you be telling him? That you have acquired one or learned more about them, or just pretty much everything?
I mean, I don't think he'd care about Rosie that much, so I wouldn't really share the Rosie stuff.
Sure.
It would just be like, hey, I got this thing that's important. How would you like me to handle this?
Okay.
What is the best way I can get this to you? Or is there another thing that you want? You know, next steps.
Some fries with your phylactid, my lord.
I mean, you gotta, so you can dunk them in the phylactid. Okay, so I would say you, after the message, for what it's worth, you probably would eventually get a message back stating that he still needs more info, specifically on how to make one.
That's gonna be tricky.
Yep.
I'm not saying that to him. That's the player.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. So you would get that. Oh, and that was another thing. Dan's favorite man in the whole wide world came to your guys' tavern earlier looking for you, but you were gone on the submarine. He was still challenging you to a duel. The wizard in the green hat.
Right.
But you added him to the shit list.
Well,
Whenever Rosie's not helping Dan, she will probably be trying to find her real parents.
Okay. So what's your idea for trying to find them? Because you already had tried to look in the phone books, and while they were listed, they did not have a phone number or an address listed.
Is there like a public record office?
There are.
I think she'd go there.
Okay.
What are they called?
Public record office.
Real
A
original.
public record office, yeah.
Public records .office. Okay. I would say give me if you're gonna go look for that, give me a just an investigation roll, see what you can find.
Okay. One second. I forgot. I haven't my dice out yet.
I should build my tower. That's a good idea.
Okay. I have Rosie's name dice. Give me 1 second.
New dice?
But her dice were already
Mean
OP.
dice.
Uh,
Her dice can be really mean to me sometimes. They were really nice to me today. Look at that. So you said it.
investigation.
28.
8. That's pretty good roll.
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
He's a smart cookie.
So I would say looking up public records, you would find, dating back many years ago to before the Porttown Massacre, they did have an address. And then as you think, okay, is it still the same? Where is it at? And as you kind of look through, you start to notice that they have lived in multiple places over the years, over the 25 plus years ago. They just seem to be hopping around, and you get up to present, and you see that there is no address listed as far as that goes.
Lovely. All right. If someone has something, go for it. I'm gonna look something up.
All right.
I have a question.
What's up?
I guess just a little clarification on the details of this, because I wrote it down, but I didn't write down everything. Who the prophet was exactly, like how that tied to Rez's thing.
Yes, that's right.
That was how the
I knew I was forgetting
the
something.
Dawn suggested she research, and that's a lead, but I don't remember what her relationship to all this is.
Yes.
Or I guess I don't know if it's a her.
There.
their relationship.
Yes, that was who was recommended for handling info regarding the loot that you tried to steal back then, to try and get more info about who had that gemstone, in the possibility that they might have the other half.
Who had it at the moment?
Yeah, who had it at that time and who manages all that stuff.
Well, presumably the person who had it at the time was Raymond Fletcher.
Yes, so it's basically like what happened to him if he's still alive, because you were told that he was a gold dragon.
So the Prophet might know about where that stuff ended up and know more about Raymond Fletcher?
Correct.
Okay. And I was given the ability to locate this person. I wasn't just told the name of the Prophet.
Yeah, in references above the timeline, you have an address.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I don't have any reason to believe this is outright dangerous. I feel like Rez would probably mention to the group that she's gonna go do this to whoever she runs into in the halls. So if anyone wants to come talk to the Prophet, you're welcome to join, but I've got some sort of specific questions, so up to you.
I mean, it seems like a false prophet to me.
Well, you could find out in person.
I can come along. It's always good to have a cleric around.
That is true. Alright. Going once, going
No,
twice. We're going.
Let's go! Rez and Dagrim adventure.
Yeah!
Alright. Okay. So are you taking the flying car, or are you
I will take the car
how are you getting
unless
there?
it's coincidentally very close.
Okay. I mean, car is going to be your quickest way either way.
Sure.
So, hopping into Daisy, you would be able to head to the address, 1843 Brightpin Lane, and heading there, it is a bit odd seeing it. It's much shorter and smaller than all of the apartment complexes around you. It's like one story. It's a bit long, in the back, but it's a very short building as far as that goes. Kind of sticks out like a sore thumb amongst all these.
Is it very old?
It does look. I'd say it's not old, but it's not new either. It's just kind of in between.
Just exists.
Yeah. Like, it's been around for some time, but not, for, thousands of years or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Is this plant? I mean, I guess this plant's existed for thousands of years, but like,
Yes.
I guess I don't know the timeline entirely of how long Fortuna's been around.
I mean, Fortuna's been around for when they started recording history about almost 2,000 years.
Oh, okay.
The year currently is 1938.
Right. Okay.
So, but anyways,
And it was before capitalism and after capitalism.
yeah.
BC and AC.
Before construction and after construction, thank you. But yes, after you guys park, you guys can head up to the building. It's got 2 glass windows on either side. It looks kind of like a shop almost. It's got a little sign. Just says the Prophet's Incantations is the name of it.
What exactly are we walking into here?
This seems legitimate. I'm just looking for leads about things that have been plaguing me for a long time. Maybe this person knows more than they appear to. Because admittedly, the outside of this building, they look like a charlatan. But looks can be deceiving. I'll knock on the door.
Okay. As you knock on the door kind of knocks back in your hand. You can tell it's loose, not locked or anything like that.
Oh wait. Give it a couple more knocks if I don't
you
get
hear
response.
you hear the sound of something being dragged along with the sound of wood on wood as something starts walking over, and the door opens up, and inside is a cloaked looking dragonborn, very slumped over, gray scales. You see he's blind in one eye and looks very old. He's holding onto a cane. He's got lots of scrolls and books all tied or slung around him. And who might you be?
I'm Rez'Veela Carmine. This is my associate Dagrim. I'm looking for someone called the Prophet. Is that you?
Very same.
I have questions for you. Can we come in?
He squints his one good eye. You're not a cop, are you?
Quite the opposite.
Do we look like cops?
I don't judge. I ask.
If you were a prophet, wouldn't you know?
If you're psychic, you could.
You don't look it, but come in anyways.
Everyone in the group has low end.
Me dumb.
Me too.
Alright, we going?
So, heading inside, you can see, first off, this place smells a lot like Dagrim's legend lore. Just lots and lots of incense has been burning in here.
Great.
It's got a very purple vibe. There's lots of purple rugs, purple drapes, silk clothes, all hanging up, things like that for various spell casting apprentices, things of that nature. You've got bags of mysterious glittering powders, scrolls on various racks. It seems like a place for magic, to say the least. As he gets to the center, where there is a glowing orb at the top of a table.
Does
He
it look
sits down in
ponderable?
front of it. It does look ponderable.
Interesting.
Is this some sort of crystal ball?
Yes, how did you know?
Just a guess.
I feel like Dan would like this place.
I think they're working on his fleshy bits right now or something.
I'm not even going to ask about that.
That's probably for the best. I'll get straight to the point. I've been embroiled in a lot of activity in my days. And there are people and questions that I still have lingering from my past. How specific do you need me to be for you to get answers about things in my life?
The more specific, the better the results.
Is there a level of variability to it? Is it always right, I guess is the question. Or are you just making educated guesses?
That depends what you wish to know.
What became of the collection of magic items once owned by a gold dragon named Raymond Fletcher?
You see him recoil a little bit in his chair as he sits down, shrinking a little bit even more as his hand just kind of crosses over his blind eye. You're not working for him, are you?
I'm not working for Raymond Fletcher now.
I would not help one of his kin.
Is there a reason for that?
He is the reason that I live in this shithole.
What did he do to you?
What didn't he?
Tremendously specific. Can you answer the question or not?
Sit down, sit down. As he starts to extend out his frail-looking dragon fingers as he claws over onto the orb, starts peering into it. You wish to know what happened to all of his horde? Or just him?
Assuming that's what I was involved with, yes. Where it ended up, and if you can get as specific as this, Rez will take out the gem containing Scanthrithris again, show it to him. I'm looking for the red dragon equivalent of this object.
Wise to show that to someone you don't know.
I've got so little to go on, I don't think it matters at this point.
Ah, how desperation claws at us. Very well. And he takes the gem, looking through it, as he starts to mutter and chant as he gazes into the orb, while clutching onto the gem. And over time, you see the orb start to light up as he peers into it, and an image starts to come out of a large-looking warehouse that you can see from your vantage point as he's just kind of looking all around, almost like a 360 view as he's just panning around this warehouse. And you can see there are various crates and boxes scattered about, and you would hear him mutter under the orb as he looks through it. In a facility owned by the world government, some of these gems are stored. And he zooms in on a particular box as he, almost like an eye darting around it, you get various angles on it, and you see a very specific number that says 742. Look for this box. That is what stores the red brother to this. As he holds up the blue gem.
A facility owned by the world government.
Yes.
Any chance you could narrow that down?
He focuses on it a bit more as he tries to essentially head out of the warehouse. And as he does, you can see some kind of crackling begin to form on the orb as he tries to essentially break out of the warehouse. It seems there's some kind of magical means preventing him from discovering the nature, as you see some sweat start to form on his face as he keeps pressing the magic to break free of the barrier. And he grunts a bit as he's straining at this magic, and finally he breaks out of the warehouse as he gets a brief hover over, and you can see that it is essentially at the World Library, right before the orb shatters.
The orb in front of us?
The orb in front of you. So everybody is going to take, and by everybody I mean Dagrim, Rez, and this guy, the Prophet, is going to take 6 piercing damage.
Wow.
As you guys are all porcupined by shards of this crystal.
Didn't expect that.
I didn't either.
I didn't know that's how magic worked.
Does
It's
that
a
happen?
feedback loop to prevent such matters.
Does that happen often?
Only when we're looking at something people don't want you to look. As he starts poking out the crystal shards from his face.
You have more crystal balls?
I buy them in bulk.
Smart.
Probably a wise decision.
It seems I can imagine your enemy then is the world government itself.
So it would seem.
This warehouse you peeked into. Were we able to see anything else in there? Or was it just the box and then he was trying to escape and then it
So you
blew up?
got kind of a 360 view. The best way I can describe it is the top men scene.
Yeah.
Think it kind of like that, where it's basically just a warehouse filled with giant boxes of various things, and you got the number of the crate in specific, 742.
And you said something about the World Library? It's near the World
Yes.
Library?
It is near the World Library. Yes, that is where he was able to break free of the magical restraints in the warehouse.
Okay.
Have we been to the World Library?
You have not.
I don't think so.
Why are you helping us?
Well, we did ask.
That doesn't mean they'll help you.
You aren't cops, and you aren't friends of my enemy. And it seems you do not care too much about him. So if you can, in exchange for this information, please see to it that you kill him.
What all can you tell me about him?
He is a foul man.
Okay.
Is that
Anything more tangible?
He's plucking the crystal shards out of his face. Still a lot got on him.
Suddenly he has just a stroke.
He has been able to manipulate the news. He's one of the main producers of news content, newspapers, everything of the sort. One of the ways he rose to such monetary acclaim. But that greed it just pushed him and pushed him. He got greedier and greedier. And what would be a standing golden presentation of what a golden dragon should be has been demoted to something, a bastard of its sort.
What color dragonborn is he?
You can so he's got kind of some gray looking scales as far as that goes. You'd probably guess he's like a silver or white dragonborn.
interesting? Well, admittedly, we've already got a bit of a to-do list, but I'm curious. Do you have any speculation as to how Raymond Fletcher could lose a portion of his hoard to, say, one of the mafias? Does he not guard it well?
He guards it very well. The only way I could see it is if the world government itself was infiltrated by the mafias.
Seems like demon mafia or demon council.
They control more than you think they would. If you ask me, they are the government.
You know, it's starting to seem more and more like that.
That's why they're the most evil. That Dagrim's very libertarian.
Well, if you don't mind, I have one more question, but I know your orb is gone.
I could get another from the back.
If
He did
this
say he
is
bought them in bulk.
complicated enough that you need it, I'm looking for a specific person.
And who might that be?
A half-orc woman named Zada.
He squints his one good eye as you see him grab his cane and lift himself up and just kind of hurriedly run back behind a little curtain, his tail dragging along as he emerges with a new orb, dusts off the crystal shards in the little slot as he plinks it back down. I'm afraid this one I am going to need some compensation for, as he holds out a hand.
How much?
How much are you willing?
Truthfully, given the magical capabilities of my allies, I don't think this skill of yours is going to be valuable in my party for much longer. I'll toss you... How much money does Rez have on her?
You need me to spot you.
How about 100 gold?
That will suffice. And after you hand the money over, he sets it on the table as he begins to as he begins to chant over the orb. Do you know anything more about them? Help me narrow down. Do you have anything of theirs?
I do, actually. Rez will take off the large brown jacket that she always has tied around her waist. Tosses it to him.
As he takes it and continues the chanting, as within the orb, soon you see a picture, a moving picture, I should say, of Zada, as it looks like she is currently playing cards with your favorite man in the whole wide world, Vinny.
Do we get a sense of their conversation? I assume it's rather mundane.
It's mostly just them bullshitting back and forth as they play the card game. There's nothing. I would say over the conversation, there's nothing really to glean, but you can see this looks like one of the many orc hideouts that you have been to. This specific one looks like it's at a cafe.
I was gonna say, given we've affiliated with the Orc Mafia before, can I narrow this down a little bit as to where this might be?
Yes. So I would say, give me a rough history check. I'd say with advantage, since like you said, you have been with them before.
Int rolls.
Advantage was worth it. That's a 17 total.
Okay. You would know this as the Emerald Club, which is a fairly popular diner around the general area of the Ventura district, more to the east from where you guys are at. But you would know this diner.
Is it a distance, like a multi-hour drive away from us, or?
Probably like half a day by flying car.
Gotcha.
So a distance.
That is a distance. Okay.
How would you like to proceed?
Well, Zada's been on my shit list for a long time. I wouldn't mind talking to her, but that's a bit of a commitment.
It also seems like she's in ties with the Orc Mafia.
That we did know about. I don't
Seems
feel
like that could
inclined to
reopen a wound.
ambush necessarily, but I wonder if she'd be open to a meeting or something.
Is there any pull with them?
No, just a personal grievance.
I more meant with the Orc Mafia. They seem like people that would backstab.
Oh, we do not have a great relationship with them. They tried to kill us. That was before you joined up.
Guess I remember discussions about them, but never really knew the history truly.
It's not positive. I'm pretty sure the next time Dan sees Rez will gesture to the guy sitting across from Zada. This guy, Vinny, he's probably gonna kill him.
Like much of a fighter.
He's just very obnoxious. Well,
Anyone else you wish to find out?
I think, for the moment at least I have researched everything that I need to. Anyone you need to look at, Dagrim?
People know. Information, eventually, yes, but I still need to suss out exactly what I need.
Fair enough. I think we'll take our leave. Though this might not be the last time you see us. Your skills are valuable.
We will meet again, I'm sure.
As we're scooting out the door, got an eye shot. Probably once we're in the car, honestly. I would ask, do you think that there's any ties between these crystals that you were looking for and the Adams family?
I don't think we've gotten any indications that there are ties between those two things, but I suppose it's not impossible.
Influential, greedy dragon family. I could see ties.
Well, Dragonborn are different than dragons, but that is a fair point. Something we'll keep an eye out for. How did your...
I know one thing about them is that they like to hoard.
That is one of their few traits. Their greed is unmatched, I think.
Also, I'm thinking that our paths may work collaboratively with each other.
How so?
If there is a recipe or an ingredients list, perhaps, of a phylactid, most likely would be in the same place as this crystal. If there's powerful things in this warehouse, you'd think they'd put them all in one safe place. Perhaps I can find what I'm looking for while we're finding what you're looking for.
Are you saying you'll need to break into this building as well?
I already assumed that that was your plan.
What makes you so sure the phylactid recipe is in this building?
Libraries are a place of knowledge. Forbidden knowledge as well.
I think the phylactid technology is proprietary. Isn't that owned by Tomasetti's?
David, do we know that? Do we know that?
I thought that was established once. I don't know for sure.
Tomasetti's Tinctures is who created the phylactids in the first place.
Okay. If there's something as powerful as a phylactid, there's no way the world government doesn't have some finger in it.
Especially if the world government is just a puppet for the Demon Council.
Yes.
That's a fair point.
So, if something as powerful as a phylactid exists, someone as powerful as the Demon Council has some connection. And like I said, libraries are where you store information.
That is true.
That is the limit of my intelligence.
Couple of real smarties here.
Yes, the most social, smart people.
Have you decided what you're going to do with the phylactid you have?
I need to keep it for now. I know it's a hot commodity, but Merkel needs more information. And having a phylactid and said information is more beneficial. Unless you want to be, or have it extracted from your bloodstream. Or however this works.
Is that something you could do?
No idea. I've seen Merkel tear people limb from limb. Bones chopped in half, flesh removed. I'm sure he could extract something out of it. Not much left of you, though.
Let's plan to avoid that.
Best if you want to live. If we could ascertain another phylactid, then I would be more than happy to let someone use this.
Fair enough. Well, hopefully we can collaborate more as this unravels. For now, though, I think we probably should get back.
Yes. Let's see how Dan's experimentation is going. I say.
I have to admit, I'm curious. We will fly back.
All right.
In Daisy.
True.
We will tell Daisy to fly back.
Daisy flicks on her lights and takes off.
Can she talk?
She's sentient, right?
Doesn't mean she has a mouth.
True. I mean, you've seen whenever Birdie was talking with it, the car only really seemed to respond by either flashing its lights or honking its horn.
Got it. So it's a Herbie situation, not a Gadget-mobile situation.
Not a Cars situation.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, you guys would be able to fly back to the bar without any issue.
Hell yeah.
Whoever's got something, go for it.
Yeah, we did our thing. Your thing.
You helped.
You got anything, Dan? Rosie? Triple
I
A?
mean, Dan and Rosie are working on whatever they have to get the body thing situated today for as long as that takes.
You're gonna try to get it all done today?
Well, last time we talked about it, as David said that we got the body modifications done, but if we're starting today's session in the middle of the day,
Yeah, you
my
gotta
assumption is
continue
that they're still working on it at the moment. So
Yeah, that would be fair.
that
Okay,
is
so
that is what Dan is doing until further notice.
Rosie would be helping him, and then when she had break, she'd probably go check stuff. But would there be a phone number anywhere in these records?
In the records, you would have seen there was a phone number at one point, yes.
She'll write it down and call it later.
Okay. And then AAA, I heard you pipe up.
Yeah, Triple is just going to work in the bar basically until he gets any kind of information from John.
Okay. Okay. So just kind of waiting and working by the sounds of it for the rest of the party.
Is there any information you're specifically trying to glean, AAA?
Not particularly. He's just kind of waiting until he has more information on what his family members are doing so that he knows who to target next and what they have waiting for him so he's not walking into it blind.
That is fair. Okay. So let's see here. I would say since you guys got all these requests put out today, you probably wouldn't get anything specifically in terms of info today. With that said, I would say if nobody else has direct plans for today, then we can move on to the next day as far as that goes.
Fine by me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think seeing Dan's thing through is probably the most immediate thing on the collective docket here.
Yeah.
Would anything happen if Rosie called that phone number?
You would get as you ring, you would get someone would pick up, I would say. Thompson's?
That's definitely not the last name, right?
Correct.
I think she'd ask me, do you know about Vala and blah blah blah? I don't. I wasn't able to take notes last session because
That's okay.
my notebook was packed up, so I don't have their names.
That's okay. The names are Val and Ilric Yastri. They are in the references for what it's worth.
Perfect. She'll ask me like, "Hi, sorry, this was the phone number for Val and Yastrik Alfred." Oh my god, why is that so complicated?
Ilric.
Yes.
There you go. Oh, well, you see, that's the whole thing, dear. It used to be, but then we took over the number when we took over the house. It's a whole little story. If you got time for tea, I can tell you the whole story.
That sounds lovely, but I was just wondering if you might know their new phone number?
Oh, you see, they don't have a new number. You see, from what I gathered here, one of them got a job at the world government, so they don't really have, any kind of, what's the best way of putting it? It's like under, secret protection services, something about a mafia threatening them or something like that. I don't exactly remember. You sure you don't want to talk about this over tea or something?
No, I'm just really trying to find them.
All right, well, I'd say probably your best bet is gonna see if you can talk to any world government individual. Maybe they got something for you.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck, dearie.
I think Rosie will
just
go.
hangs up.
Yeah, I think she's like, okay, thank you. She'll hang up and be like, so where's the world government at?
We blew it up.
Is there
You did blow it up.
I did.
any chance Rez overhears that phone call of Rosie specifically saying, "I'm looking for someone"? Because that's literally just what she did.
That's true. Yeah, I would say Rosie did say she would do that later in the days after they were done with Dan. So yeah, I'd say that's probably something you would have been here for at the very least.
Did you say you're looking for someone, Rosie?
Yeah, I'm trying to find my real parents.
You know, that prophet that Dagrim and I went to go talk to earlier today, they have the ability to scry on things, even things that are under protection. Although it does cause some potential dangers, their magic is a bit unstable.
Well,
Yes.
I found out they live at the work for the world government, one of them does.
Well, you might be able to narrow it down further if you want them scried upon.
Yeah.
Just be wary as I pick out a piece of glass out of my face. Flick it to the ground.
I could take you over there next time you have a minute.
Yeah.
After Mass Dagrim as she starts sweeping it up.
Whenever you're free, actually, that would be great.
Alright, well. Sure. We can do that. Give Rosie a ride over to the Prophet.
Same day.
I told him we'd be back someday.
Oh, you'll be back. Oh, sorry. I have another client.
How much did you pay for the information?
Probably too much. 100 gold.
All right. Here, I'll go in by myself and I'll give him 50 gold. See if that works.
Remember, you're asking for the profit.
Okay.
I think he's the only one there.
Oh, that was the Prophet Junior.
Well, Rosie will go inside the building and be like, "Hi, I'm looking for the prophet."
What is it that you seek me for?
I need to find somebody. Well, two people technically, but they're like a husband and wife, so they should be together-ish, maybe.
Very well. As he comes out of the little curtains with his orb as he sets it down into the center of the table, looks like it's been cleaned up. There's not near as much dust around it as compared to some of the other places around here. And I would say when you walked in, you caught him packing up stuff. Like he's got a bunch of stuff packed up in boxes and crates. Still reeks of incense, though. He's still got incense going as he sits back down.
Oh, are you moving?
Yes.
Why are you moving?
That last crystal ball that shattered. I have suspicions. I will be watched. I will be found.
Oh. Okay.
So let's make this quick.
Okay. So their names are Val and Ilric Yastri. And one of them works for the world government. And they're my parents.
As you mentioned, the world government, his face freezes as his hands are just about to touch the orb. As he looks back up at you, "You're not a cop, are you?"
No. Very
No,
much
I kill cops.
No, I don't say that.
as he squints at you for a little bit before he goes back to the orb. That will require, for looking up 2 people, that will require some payment, as he extends out a hand.
She'll give him 100 gold.
He looks at it, pockets it quickly as he puts his hand back onto the orb. As he begins to scry. Do you have anything from them?
They bought me an apartment, but no.
That's a bit too big of an item.
I'm their child. Does that count?
No.
David, I wouldn't have anything from them, right?
To my knowledge, not that you would know, yes.
Unfortunately, I do not.
Describe them for me if you can.
She will give them the description. Oh, she'll be like, here, you can, oh wait, no, actually she won't do that. She'll describe them as best as she can from the memory she saw.
Alright, so he takes the info in as he starts to look into the orb once again, as you hear him muttering and chanting, as you get a kind of a blurry vision of 2 people having a conversation. They seem to be at office desks in a tall-looking building. You can see from the window outside, it looks like they're fairly high up. As you see, in comparison from the lockbox that you had, they do look, elves don't age that much, but they do look a little bit older in comparison to the lockbox. As you see them talking at their various desks. You see both the husband and the wife, Val and Ilrid.
Would I be able to get any, from the surrounding buildings to kind of figure out what building they're in?
So as he kind of shifts around his view, you see as he kind of goes to the window, kind of look down, you can tell this is in the Ambia district where the world government resides. Surprise, surprise. As far as the exact location to kind of help narrow it down, you can tell he's trying to get some sort of, anchor point to say, okay, this is where we're at. But looking out, it seems as though every number or word there seems to blur or abstract itself.
Are any of the buildings around noticeable, in design?
So as you kind of feed this info to him, what exactly you're trying to get out of this, he continues to hand this magic that's allowing him to see these people. And as this goes on, you would see the still being rebuilt remains of the world government capital, basically the headquarters, so to say, off in the distance. So you have a rough estimate. It wasn't in the direct line where you guys launched the Nautiloid, but it is fairly nearby the world government capital, so to say. That would probably be the closest anchor point that he could get you as far as that goes.
Cool. And Rosie's smart, so could she figure out like the distance between this building and the world government?
Give me a general intelligence check.
I'm gonna use the puzzler wit.
All right.
General intelligence will be 19.
19. Okay. I would say as you're looking into the orb as he positions it in a specific way, so you can try and estimate, like, okay, this is roughly this area, and as you're starting to get it down, like, okay, this is about it, you see the image in the orb stop all of a sudden as it kind of swirls into itself, like the spell has stopped. And as you look up from the orb to where he is, you see him staring at something behind you.
Is everything okay? And she'll turn around to look behind her.
Okay, so looking behind you, you see a man who somehow, somehow neither of you heard come in. You didn't hear the bell chime or anything like that. It's a very thin-looking, pale man dressed in a sleek black suit. He looks like he has a calm, almost emotionless demeanor. His eyes piercing blue, staring at this dragonborn and flicking between them and you, as he's holding onto a briefcase, and he looks at the both of you. Well, now, you've been looking at some things you haven't had the proper authority to. What should I do with you two?
Rez is in the car, correct?
Who
Yes.
did drive the car? That's a good
Yes.
question. Yeah, Rez. Yep.
Did I see this guy go in?
You did not.
Okay, I figured as much.
There are some things that you should keep your noses out of. If you know what's best for you, you should keep it that way.
Are you part of the world government, or are you just like a devil mafia guy who's gonna kill us?
No comment. As you see him kind of snap open his suitcase as he reaches his hand into it, and he pulls out a
Shoot him! Shoot him!
a metal-looking gauntlet over his hand, already equipped onto it, as it's got this pulsating-looking black crystal in the center. As he looks at the both of you, I think about level 3 should do it. As I will need Rosie.
Rosie's going to Misty step away to the door.
Okay. So as you Misty step away to the door, he activates the gauntlet, and a stream of black lightning with red outline pulses out of the gauntlet, and I will still need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
We're gonna use lucky.
All right.
I ain't lucky. 10.
Okay. All right. So you and this dragonborn man are going to feel a intense pull to the ground as you are both floored and made prone. and you guys are both going to take 20 points of bludgeoning damage from the sheer quick pull of this gravitational force being emitted by his gauntlet, as he seems unaffected by it. I think that should hold you till the cops come.
Does Rez see or hear any of this?
I would say the door would probably open as you see Rosie open the door and then just splat right onto the ground.
Do I get a chance to potentially get away from this?
So I'd say
she's prone. That's it.
She is prone and restrained. She cannot move.
Presumably stuck.
Yeah, basically stuck, more or less.
If you're world government, I'd really like not to shoot you, so can you just tell me if you're world government or not?
I am.
I think I like the part where I don't tell you and you don't have to shoot me.
So I shoot you, okay.
So I'd say at this point, Rez, if you see this down and you want to go down, if you want to intervene, you can.
Yeah,
we can roll some initiative here.
See Rosie suddenly slam to the floor. He's like, ah, shit. I will roll initiative, I guess. Is that what we're doing?
Yep, let's roll some initiative.
Yeah. 17 for Rez.
17.
21 for Rosie. Could she roll insight to see if he's lying or anything on that last thing he said to her?
What did you say your initiative was, Rosie? Sorry?
21.
21, okay. Yeah, you can use that.
Insight was 16.
Okay.
Actually, let me roll. I'm gonna roll with lucky again.
All right.
Make that a 19.
19? Okay. I mean, this guy is pretty hard to glean much from how he talks. It's just a very calm voice, and his face doesn't move much as he talks. It's very hard to pick up on any tells or anything like that. So I'd say on a 19, you're not exactly sure as far as that would. He just talks a bit too calm-natured to really suss much out from him.
I feel like she'll be like, "You're annoying. You remind me of my dad." It's like world government. I don't want Rez to do anything. But if it's Demon Council, Rez does not want
I
to.
just learned that those things are largely intertwined.
Yeah.
Kick his ass.
Well, technically, Rosie doesn't know that.
Kick his ass.
Because she wasn't there for
That's
that.
fair. Well,
But if it is world government, she could potentially find her parents.
we can do that illegally. It's fine.
Okay. So I'd say starting out initiative, Rosie, it will be your turn. So like I said, you are currently pinned and restrained, or prone and restrained. So I would need a strength saving throw to see if you can resist this gravity pull.
A 10?
A 10's not going to do it.
Dope. That's great. I guess she'll send a message to Rez and be like, I might be world government. I don't know if you should do anything. And I just found out my parents work for the world government, so maybe I can find them this way, in a very bad way.
We just found out the world government and the Demon Council are largely tied together. Make of that what you will. I mean, Rez is still going to charge in. I'm in the initiative order. I'm going to do stuff. I don't know if it's my turn, but...
I would say, Rosie, are you going to try and do anything else on your turn?
I think she'll talk to the guy again and just be like, do you know Do you know Valor Illucastri? They're my parents. I'm trying to find them.
He seems to be adjusting at his gauntlet, but you would hear him say, "Not familiar with that name." As if that's going to be your turn, I would say as Rez comes in, Rez, I will need you to make a con save as you enter into the shop.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's fair. I would have charged him. 21?
21 will succeed. So you are going to feel a intense pull, almost as if gravity is tripled on you. You will still take some damage, but not near as much. Oh wait, no, you've got evasion. I don't think you will.
No, it's not for dex saves.
Oh, for dex saves? Okay. Okay. You are going to take 5 bludgeoning damage, as it's not easy to hold up underneath this pressure.
Okay. But it is Rez's turn at the moment?
Yes, it is your turn.
Okay. So Rosie did message me to say, like, I don't know if we should be attacking this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have a hard time seeing a way that this plays out where this doesn't turn into a fight. Okay. How about this? Rez will kind of back up next to Rosie as she sees this guy. I guess, what does this guy look like again? Could you describe him so we...
Yeah, so to describe this guy one more time, he's human. He's a very thin and pale-looking man, dressed in a sleek black suit. Even throughout all of this, what he's doing, he has a calm, almost emotionless demeanor. His eyes are a cold blue, looking at you as you bursted in. He's got slicked black hair, and he's carrying a briefcase, and he's got a metal-looking gauntlet over his left hand.
Okay. I think Rez is going to... back up next to Rosie. And activate, well, yeah, she's gonna activate the sword, the Nightblade.
Okay.
Click the handle and make the sphere of darkness around us. And she'll try to pull Rosie free of the gravity, like out, like maybe I guess onto like sort of the stairwell because she was right by the front door.
Okay. I'd say not that you couldn't normally lift Rosie, but gravity is also very strong right now.
Fine.
I'm gonna need a strong check.
I can understand that ruling. Strength check. Strength, just straight strength, no other things.
If you're also trying to move with them, I'd say let's go athletics then.
Yeah. With athletics, that's a 24.
24. Okay. I'd say the normal carrying someone would apply. You're moving at half movement, but you would be able to do it through this.
I'm just trying to get her out of, like, I'm more dragging, honestly, just trying to get her out of the hold of this thing.
Okay. So I'd say you're gonna lose at least 15 feet of movement getting out of this area, and then as soon as you do, it's almost like you're overexerting as you just suddenly pop out into normal gravity, and you just kind of fly forward a little bit.
Okay.
Along with Rosie.
I think, I don't know the layout of the space, but the goal here would kind of be to, like, get Rosie out of this guy's line of sight. Like, is there, like, a place, like... Is it like a porch? Like, I could have shoved her off to the side or something so she's out of this guy's eye line?
I mean, it's got 2 windows in the front.
Yeah, but
as
like
far
as
as
soon
that
as she's like
goes.
sort of like laying or like sitting on her butt, and
Yeah.
I just dragged her out of the gravity well.
Yeah.
Could I just like kind of shove her off to the side so that if this guy's looking in this space, like if say my darkness turned off, he wouldn't be able to see her then.
Yeah, I mean, since she'd be if she chose to be prone still, then she would be, on the sidewalk out of direct view, essentially.
Because my thinking is turn on the night blade, pull Rosie out of the house, shove her to the side, and then presumably I can just use a free action to turn it off or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's essentially like I run up like a magic trick. There's a
Yep.
dark orb, and then suddenly Rosie's gone and Rez is standing there.
Okay.
That's all.
Yep.
That was.
I'd say that you could do. That would probably be your turn though for moving Rosie
That's
and
fine.
activating and all that.
That's
So
pretty much everything I could do in a turn anyway. So.
okay. So yeah, I'd say you'd be able to do that. As it will then come to Mr. Mysterious Man. As he looks over at you with the darkness, or with the dark sword and all that. Oh please, there's no need for combat. I just need to get what I want, and then you can go back to doing what it is at that little tavern of yours. As he opens up a portal, almost like cracking into existence, a line forms out in the middle of the thin air as he walks over, picks up this Dragonborn man, and hefts him through the portal.
Does the portal look like the one that the Changeling used?
It is not. This looks just completely black and empty on the inside.
Like the cartoons?
No. This is formed just in a space, like in thin air, basically.
Just a black hole.
No. Like someone cracked open the air. Like it looks like glass broken in the middle of the air.
Okay, interesting. So unfamiliar
As he
with
just
these
hefts
portals
him
I've
through.
seen thus far.
This looks much different than any other portal you've seen, yes. And at that, you see he puts his hand on the side of this portal and has one foot in it. You have a good rest of the day now. I hope I don't have to meet you again. As he steps into it. And with that, he disappears.
Is the portal closed immediately?
The portal is still open for a short time, I would say.
I would tell Rosie, your friend's getting away. And I assume it's her turn.
Yep, it would be your turn, Rosie. I would say the gravity effect is now gone, that he is...
Do I jump through the portal? Is that what you're telling me to do? Should I
I don't know, I just stepped into this.
Well, I didn't get all the information I needed, but I think I got enough to parcel it out.
Is it time to freak out about the first thing he said?
What was the first thing he said?
What were you talking about?
What are you talking
in specific?
about?
I said, is it time to freak out about the first thing he said?
Which was what?
The fact that he knew that we run the tavern.
Oh,
No,
that is
no,
also
that-
scary.
No.
I mean, if Rosie's not gonna do anything, Rez is gonna try.
I mean, Rosie will jump in the portal if his friends is gonna jump in the portal with her.
I don't know if I was gonna jump in the portal, but you can do what you're gonna do. I will improvise.
Well, I'll jump in if you jump in. Well, I'll jump in if you jump in.
Your turn before mine.
I feel like this is so like such an averting, but I want to jump through the fucking portal and be like, wait, I have questions.
I mean, do what you're gonna do. I will play it by ear. I don't have a
You can
specific
see
plan.
the portal starting to essentially recrystallize as the portal starts to grow smaller
Can Rosie poke her head through it and see what's on the other side?
A good start.
And decapitated.
All right, roll a new character.
Vorpal portal.
I think Rosie will grab Rez's hand and be like, come on, let's do it!
Wait, it's not my turn. Let's take this one turn at a time.
All right, so Rosie, it's your turn.
Fuck it, I'll jump through the portal.
You're jumping?
I'm going through it.
Oh boy. I
Reroll a
wasn't
new
expecting
character.
this. All right then.
Cool.
So Rosie, you jump into the portal, huh?
What, is this a terrible idea? Should I not do this?
Oh, you already said you're
just
jumping
did
through the portal. So,
Oh, okay.
So you jump through the portal. Rez, I would say you have a few moments to choose if you want to jump into as well before I start describing what's on the other side.
I can't see what's on the other side. It just looks like broken glass.
Broken glass and a black void.
Trying to see if I have any bullshit that can help with this.
Leave her to her fate.
Ouch.
Okay, well, I assume this guy isn't teleporting like directly into a fucking prison cell. Presumably, this is a place that can be gotten out of. Fuck it.
Oh
I don't
god.
have anything else to do this session.
Join me, Rez. Join me in my bed.
A Rez and Rosie adventure. Quick 5-minute adventure, in and out.
I hope it's 5 minutes.
About that.
Yeah, I mean, Rez's not just gonna let Rosie jump into this world government guy's portal without trying to intervene in some way.
Okay.
I'll use my one piece of bullshit here. I don't even know if this is gonna work, but I'll give it a shot. I will fucking. I get. Yeah, I'm going in. I don't care. I'm going in. I have nothing that's actually relevant enough to be worth.
All right.
Using the resources for.
So, jumping in, along with Rosie. Rosie, you see Rez jump in shortly after you, as you both stumble onto a concrete floor. Looking around, you see there are dozens of armed men and women pulling out their guns and various weapons, pointing them all at you, as you see the man you were just chasing after putting manacles around the Dragonborn.
This was a really bad idea, Rez. I didn't think this through. I'm so sorry.
And he looks over at you. Oh, wow. You've just seen something you really shouldn't see then, should you? As he pulses another crackle of black lightning as the portal behind you both closes. Guess you're staying
How
then.
is he doing that with a gauntlet?
With the gauntlet, yep.
Good to know.
Looks like you're going to be here for a while. Better get comfy then.
Nah. Where's the door?
Oh, you won't have to worry about that. Might as well tell you where you are now. You're on Arcane Bastille.
Oh, oh! I feel like Rosie's like, oh, my dad.
Oh, you definitely know too much then.
Rez, we're so fucked.
Yeah.
Now then, do we want to do this the easy way or the hard
How
way?
many people are pointing guns at us?
Currently you've got about 8 pointing guns, and you've got about 4 drawing swords on you.
How many is this guy? We're in a big
So just
room.
Just to describe the room, yeah, it's a very big, open, concrete room with very plain-looking walls, plain-looking ceiling. You don't see much around it other than just a lot of guards. And this man who is putting manacles on the Dragonborn.
All right. Rosie's going to finally use her rope of useful items. She is going to grab the window and put it on the ground below her to find a place to jump through.
That is fascinating.
Oh, that's cute. As you pull out a item of rope of useful items, and you go to pull, nothing comes out. You go to pull, nothing comes out.
Oh, this is bullshit. I hate this place.
Anti-magic? Oh boy. I assume if I click the sword, it does nothing.
Click, click. Nothing.
What about his gauntlet?
Your sword, I mean, for what it's worth, your sword is still a sword. It just doesn't have the darkness thing
I
on
assume
it.
it's just mundane. Now.
For right now, yes.
Okay, Rez wouldn't want to talk her way out of this. I don't think she's going to fight to the death, but she's gonna try something. I will, I'm gonna ignite soul.
Okay.
And Rez is gonna try to dart over to the dude with the gauntlet.
Okay. I mean, you'd be able to run over to him. What you gonna do?
Let's see.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, got it. I will shoot this guy too. Because if we get the gauntlet, we might be able to get out.
That's my thinking. Also, his gauntlet can work, so presumably there's a limit on the anti-magic, or this is just something entirely different. Like, his gauntlet did close the portal, which feels like a magical effect. I can't test my sword without using a bonus action though, and I already used mine, so... Is there like a check, like, can I like... try and grab his gauntlet? Is there a check for that? Is that a grapple?
A Thanos gauntlet check?
Yeah, you know, try and pull the old...
Can I like shoot him, just distract him while she does this?
I mean, the disarm action is athletics, acrobatics thing like grappling.
Okay,
I'd say that. That's
Please take my inspiration, Rez.
I have inspiration, but I appreciate the offer.
Let's see.
Does 5e have disarm? Is that a thing?
It's an optional rule in the DMG. It's literally just athletics versus acrobatics. Or no, it's an attack roll versus athletics or acrobatics. Excuse me.
I make an attack roll?
Yeah, versus his athletics or acrobatics, and if you win, then he drops whatever he's holding.
So hilariously perfect. Please let that be the rule, David.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Because Rez ignited soul, and she had full key, which means this next attack roll I make gets +9 on top of any pluses.
Alright.
So is this just like strength attack, just straight strength plus?
So you make an attack roll. So I mean, this would be, you know, whatever you would roll for your normal attack.
Well, I'm not using my sword, so I assume it's not going to get any of the bonuses of. Like it would just be like an unarmed strike.
Yeah. So I mean, that's usually just your like your regular attack bonuses. I think just your strength plus your proficiency. I believe if you're proficient with unarmed, which I think a monk should be.
Plette, is this just strength, or would this be strength and proficiency?
If it's a disarm, you make an attack roll, and he makes an athletics or a dex check against it.
With what bonuses?
Whatever you're attacking with.
I'm
Your attack
grabbing a
roll
gauntlet.
is.
What are you attacking with?
My
With an
fists.
Is it an unarmed strike? Is it a weapon attack? Like, what are you using?
Yeah, because like you can disarm with a sword.
It's an attack.
Example.
Yeah. You make an attack. He makes a check against
We'll
it.
call it the unarmed strike. I think that makes the most sense because that's
You're grabbing it.
I'm grabbing. So we'll call it an unarmed strike.
Okay.
I'll commit to that. I'm really not certain the knife lady would work in this location. So. All right, attack. I'm gonna use my inspiration. Because I get the sense I can do better than that. Are you fucking kidding me? What a critical fucking roll to fail.
Use inspiration.
I did. I rolled 2 natural 1s.
What the fuck?
That was me when I used lucky earlier. It was 2 and 2.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Well, Rosie can try to smack him with her gun next to him.
Or shoot him in the face.
I mean, that's a. I don't know. Is that an automatic failure? That's a plus 19.
So it makes it a 20.
If it's not, well, that's tricky.
I mean,
Because an attack roll, that is a loss, but it's not. It is an attack roll, but it's also not a standard attack roll.
yeah. I mean, a nat 1 is a nat 1. You know, whatever way you put it. So, granted, you do have a plus 19. For what it's worth, that would not hit him. Just to let you know
Did he-
that.
I mean,
Did
he's
he
rolling
beat the
against
athletics or acrobatics?
it. He's rolling against it.
Oh, right.
It's
I
a
thought it was
contest-
AC.
It's a contested
I was more just
attack.
talking about AC. Let's see.
I don't think this factors AC, and this is just. Oh man, what a fucking roll to fail on twice. 1 in
That
400.
sucks.
Definitely rough.
Yeah, you should return those dice.
They've been very nice to me outside of that exact moment.
Okay. So let's see. So it's his acrobatics because he's more dexterous than he is strong. I mean, that looks like that would be a fail, but a nat 1 is still a nat 1 is the biggest thing. I'm just going by how nat 1s go.
What is the thing with nat 1s exactly?
What? You were cutting out.
Cutting out a little bit.
What's the rule with nat 1s?
Nat 1s are just failures, basically.
On attacks.
Yeah, and this is an attack.
Damn. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, and that's just how nat 1s
I can't
work.
argue with that.
Yeah.
Well, I tried.
Let's see. For what it's worth, to give you a peek as you go to grab, and this will probably flavor it on how you just weren't able to grab it. You try and reach out to essentially knock the gauntlet off of his hand, but the second you reach out to grab him, it's almost as if he shifts out entirely and teleports behind some of the guards without casting a spell or anything. He just seems to be in a different place as you go to strike him.
Can I go now?
So that was Rez's turn.
Yeah.
Because your turn was first stepping through the portal, and then Rez is stepping through the portal. So then it is his turn.
Wait, so she got to do a whole thing after stepping in the portal? And
Oh
I got
yeah,
to
that's
do
a good
stepping
point.
through
Yeah,
the portal?
you do your thing. That's right. You do a thing too. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's a little bit iffy for the interaction, but we'll just stick with it.
I just started doing stuff because Rosie just seemed like she was wavering. So I was like, I don't know, Rez would do stuff.
Oh no! If she was just when he's like, "Oh, this is where we're at," she's like, "Oh, okay. So we gotta get that gauntlet. Got it." So I think Rosie would try to shoot the gauntlet off of him.
Okay.
And no, I will not be using sharpshooter. I want all my
right.
bonus.
You could use fighting spirit to get advantage.
I will use fighting spirit. Thank you. Okay, so my first hit is really fucking good.
All right. What's the hit?
32.
Yeah, that's gonna hit him.
Doesn't hit. Oh god.
Darn, meets it, beats it.
I'd cry.
Jesus, I wouldn't even imagine something that has 32 AC.
You make them do saving throws at that point.
Right. Okay. So you're rolling to hit the gauntlet. By the sounds of it.
I was rolling to try to like shit off of him. If
Okay.
possible.
Let's see. I mean, disarm it's just a weapon attack, so a ranged attack would also work.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So let's see. I don't think he can actually beat a 32. Yep, nope, he didn't. So you shoot the gauntlet off of his hand as he looks at you with a scowl. Anything else on your turn? You do have another attack, technically.
My other attack will be me running to go get the gauntlet
Okay.
and equipping it.
So attack is your action, basically. So that would not be a.
Okay,
Well,
I
that
will
would not
shoot
be
him
part of the
again,
attack.
and then I'll use action surge to go to
Okay.
the gauntlet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll shoot him. And this time I'll use I will use sharpshooter this time. Uh, 26 to hit.
26 will hit him.
$36 damage.
36. Okay. You get a solid strike in the shoulder on him after shooting off his gauntlet. Blood starts to pour out of his shoulder as he grasps it, wincing a bit. As you action surge to go grab the gauntlet.
Yep.
I would say he did teleport behind a few guards, so you would take an opportunity attack from a few running in to get it.
Sure. Wait, did Bean jump through the portal with me?
Yeah, that's on you.
I feel like in character Bean would follow Rosie anywhere.
Okay. I will say, for what it's worth, once Bean hops through,
Yeah, he's totally.
He's tin cans.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, she'll take those. She'll take that damage to get that gauntlet.
Okay. Let's see. Well, they still got to roll a hit. The 22, a 17, and a 15.
The first one hits.
First one. You're going to take 9 slashing damage. One of them chops you. Alright, so you're able to make it through and run through, and you grab the gauntlet.
I can't equip it, right?
I'd say you would have a free action to put it over your hand.
I
Yes.
will put it over my hand.
All right.
And if I have enough movement, can I try to get back towards Rez?
You'll take more opportunity attacks, but yes.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Right. As a 18, another 18, and a 26.
26 hits.
Right. That is 6 slashing damage. All right. So you'd be able to grab the gauntlet and make your way back to Rez.
Yup.
And now it's his turn and the guards. Oh, I wish you hadn't have done that. You just added too many years onto your sentence. As he is going to pull out from his briefcase a very red-looking button as he clicks it before he puts it back into his briefcase. As you see red-looking lighted cones emerge from the ceiling as they start to flash and strobe red in the light or in the room as you start to hear alarms blaring on the inside. And he is going to back up a bit, wincing from the gunshot as the guards are going to advance. So let's see. I think their focus is on the person who has the gauntlet right now. And like I said, there were 8 with guns and 4 with swords. So let me roll some dice here.
You got good AC, right, Rosie?
What was that?
You got good AC, right?
I have decent AC, yes.
I'm just going to tell you right now, I got 4 nat 20s.
What?
There are 8. I'm having them all go at once, basically.
So we're fucked. Got it. Our little chance of success just got annihilated.
4 nat 20s.
David just rolled 4 nat 20s.
Look, you jumped into a place you had no idea.
Well, let's see how much damage it is.
Just for proof.
Man. Could I borrow one of those nat 20s?
Right.
Can I silvery barbs one of those nat 20s?
Sure.
Oh, that magic wasn't a thing in this.
It isn't. Oh wait, no, yeah, silvery barbs you can't. That's right. Thank you.
No problem. Sorry, Rosie.
Thanks, Dagrim.
Somewhere Rosie is just looking out in Dagrim's general direction.
Oh, just
So, let's see. Roll some damage. Alright, so for all the crits together, that is 50 damage. And then for the non-crits, let's see. So for their bonuses, wow, it's really feast or famine with these fucking rolls here. What is your AC, just so I can make this easier?
20. Are they just attacking me?
Yes, they are focusing down the person who took the gauntlet.
Okay. Well, if one person hits, I'm probably down. If all 4 crits are on Rosie.
Yes, they are. And
that
then,
leaves me at 6 hit points.
The one with 19 would hit, and that is That is 7 damage.
Rosie's down.
Okay. So I would say after that, Mr. Blackwell pipes up, name drop, because I forgot. Before the guards with the swords advance on you, Rez, there's still a chance for you to come out of this alive. Put down your weapon. As he stares at you, Rez.
What about her?
She's already down for the count. We'll keep her alive. No sense in letting good labor go to waste. So what will it be?
Boy, talk about a tough decision. I don't... There's just too many unknowns with the gauntlet. I don't know if it needs attunement. I don't know if there's some kind of secret to it. And with Rosie making death saves, I think it's just too risky. Can I insight check it, please?
Sure.
I want to know if this guy is just trying to say something to get me to stop attacking, or if he is genuinely making some kind of offer.
Okay, give me a roll.
18 total.
18. Kind of like I had described to Rosie earlier, this guy is very hard to read. But I will say, because Rosie had injured him previously, his face is actually making some expressions now, and you can kind of suss out. He seems, from what you can tell, a man of his word, and he seems to be honoring it in the fact that he does have a hand held out for the men that are advancing with their swords to you.
He has a hand held out?
Yeah, basically like a hands up, like hold your blade kind of thing.
Like a halt
Oh.
gesture.
Yeah.
I think Rez would very angrily toss her weapon down. And she would she'd reach down, grab the gauntlet, and just to make use of this moment where she is in contact with it, she would give it as thorough of a look over as she possibly could before tossing it back to the guy.
Okay.
Just to sort of get a sense of, like, has she ever seen this kind of magic before? Is this doing something special? Does it look like it's a more advanced magic item that would require attunement, or does it just seem like something that you know, like something that, for whatever purpose it is designed for, is more mundane in nature?
Okay. Yeah, I'd say looking over it, you see underneath the metal plates of the gauntlet, you see what looks like many wires and these green-looking boards with silver contacts and gold contacts on them, all connected to this gem. As far as that goes, give me a general intelligence with advantage, and I'll tell you why after you roll.
Uh, 17 again.
17. Okay. So I'd say this bears a similar resemblance to the in terms of its nature and creation that the Black Dragon Bloke Hole had given, where it is entirely non-magical. So with that, you would know something like that doesn't require attunement, but the other question is, you probably may not know how it works as far as that goes.
The only person who would have figured that out in a moment was Rosie. Yeah, seeing that, it kind of reminds me of... Probably kind of reminds me of Dan a little bit.
Yeah.
Rez just shakes her head like, I know I'm not figuring this shit out in 5 seconds. Tosses it back.
He catches it, wincing with his hand, or with his shoulder that got shot, as he puts the gauntlet in the suitcase. A smart move. I'll give you credit. I didn't expect that. Now then, let's make this easy, shall we? As he gestures to the guards, as they walk over to you, Rez, and try to grab your hands to put you in handcuffs.
Good luck finding a size that'll fit.
That's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, one of them goes to put one around one arm or one hand, and then the other just like, we need like a size large and a size medium.
Rez would say. I think Rez would like glance down at Rosie to see if she's alive still. I don't know if she's making death saves at this point.
I'd say for right now, one of the guards would be walking over and kind of picking her up. You can see blood trailing out of her mouth as they put handcuffs on her. As you would hear the guard say, "Oh, you're not that lucky. You ain't dying yet," as he hefts her up over his shoulder. But I would say if you want to do a quick check, you could do a medicine check.
I think she would just be... sure, I'll look. Just at a glance, that would be a... Oh, that's actually pretty good medicine. 17.
17.
She seems stable or dying?
You would see as the guard picked her up, you would see another guard, or she looked a bit weak, so to say. She's lost quite a bit of blood already on the floor, but you can see one of the other guards runs over and starts applying bandages to her wounds and various other things like that. So while she looked bleak, so to say, it looks like they are going to resuscitate her, so to say.
Gotcha.
Stabilize her, at the very least.
Yeah. Rez will resign herself to this.
Okay. So I'd say they eventually, since they can't get handcuffs for you, they just wrap your hands up in chains for right now, as they pick you up, and they are going to lead you down out of the room, along with the Dragonborn man, who is still handcuffed. They lead you to a prison cell, each separate from each other. They're next to each other, but separate from each other. as they open the jail doors and put each of you in. You would see one of the guards that was bandaging Rosie goes in with her just to get her stable, setting her on the cot. So Rosie, if you would roll me a d4.
3.
3. Okay, that is how long you will be out.
Rez would, at the very least, be doing her very best to remember all the turns and which, like, just using her absurdly high perception to just kind of track who's got keys, which doors they're going into.
Photographic memory type stuff.
Yeah, just trying to remember routes through this place and kind of watching like where that the Mr. Brick boy went and just, tracking stuff.
Okay.
Kind of entering a little bit of sort of a disassociated meditative state to sort of just take in the world as she's going through it.
Okay. So not really thinking about anything else other than scanning her environment and remembering everything.
Mm-hmm.
Basically thinking, all right, you caught me. I'm going to remember everything so I can burn this place to the ground later.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to find my way out of this place somehow.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I can't do it right now, so I'm just going to try and track it.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, you would know that you're taken down several turns and up a stairway. You would see a brief glimpse to the central park as you kind of walked along a guardrail. As you see out in the center, there appears to be, like, the best way I can describe it is a garden where you see many other guards talking and conversing as they are moving various prisoners from place to place. And you look up and you just see darkness surrounding this entire area. But down here, it seems fairly light. It seems like there's some lampposts and other things powered by electricity near as you can tell.
You said looking up, I just see darkness. Like, it's not arcane, though.
Correct.
It's just a dark.
And kind of going off of that, you had also been told that they had suspected that Arcane Bastille is somewhere in the underground sea. So you would know that this seems to be some kind of island at the very least. So yeah, you do get a brief look of the garden full of guards as you see a large, very well guarded crystal sits and floats in there. As you see several wires and mechanical looking means kind of strapped to it and plugged into it essentially. As it's partially sunken into the ground, but the rest of it just kind of seems to be hovering above the grounds here. And yeah, as soon as that happens, they lead you down another corridor and push you into a jail cell, lock the door, and they have a guard positioned between every guard cell. Guard that pushed you in says, "Someone will be by to read you your rights, what little they are."
Rez does not respond.
Okay. And I think for that moment, we may want to shift over to the rest of the party here, since you guys are in there and Rosie's not waking up for another 3 hours at the very least.
Yeah.
Dan, how's your fleshy bits?
Is this the next day or no? I can't remember.
This is still the same day.
Same day.
Okay, then.
It's near the end of the day there, though, for what it's worth.
Dan is on the phone trying to get a hold of not Timmy, but what's his name? The guy.
Vinny?
Nope, not Vinny. Fuck that guy.
The spellcaster.
No, there's a guy in his backstory. What's his name? Oh, Peter DeWald.
Okay.
The guy Dan would hit up to sell body parts.
Ah, your black market guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of him.
Okay. Astonishingly, his number still works.
Oh, good.
What you buying? What you selling? What do you need?
DeWald, it's Daniello.
Oh, hey there, Tin Can. How you doing?
Not too bad these days, honestly. Question for you. You are a dealer in bits and pieces. I imagine you have access to some higher-end sources when the right clientele come around.
You looking for some high-quality body parts? Got some
Well,
muscles on them.
I'm looking for the supplier, actually. I'm wondering if maybe you've got a guy that can grow them.
Grow them.
Grow them back.
You hear him kind of scratching on his beard stubble through the phone as he reclines in his creaky wooden chair. Jesus, that shit would put me out of business if that got popular.
Well, as I understand, it's not an easy thing to do.
Damn right it isn't. But I do know a guy. What?
I had
you
a
want to
feeling
be
you
knowing
might.
about him? You want your body back? I take it.
Want is a strong word. Require, I think, is a more accurate.
You miss your dick, don't you?
It's not about that.
Honestly, I'm surprised.
And you remember I dabbled in spellcasting, right? It's been coming along great until recently, and apparently I require a certain pound of flesh to continue progressing in that regard.
Yeah, I remember you were Twiddle Fingers.
That was your word for it.
Yep.
Yeah, one of those. So, turns out you need skin and bones to do that. So, this guy you know.
Yeah, I know him. I can get you in touch with him. He ain't cheap, though, I should tell you that.
I imagine not, but, I figure it's worth comp shopping at the very least.
That's alright. So, he's in this district. He's the only place that would take him. He's not exactly what you call legal, growing body parts.
Not sure why that would be regulated.
Is his name.
Ama.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right, Ama. Where can I find him?
Hang on, I'm coughing up a lung here. Maybe I need to get him to grow me a new one.
You and your quips. What about this Ama before you die? Come on, give me an address.
All right. I'm looking. As he flips, you can hear pages flipping through.
Yeah.
As he's pulling up the address.
Meanwhile, Rosie and Rez are getting their asses fucking blown to pieces.
He runs that hospital shit. What's the fucking name of that place? Fuck. What was the name of that hospital? Professor Imbalance, something like that. I think that's what his name was.
Professor
wasn't that dumb. Professor Hazard, that's his name.
Professor Hazard.
He runs like this medical shop where they try and cure you instead of magical means. Can you believe that shit?
Yeah, they do it without magic.
Yeah, it takes fucking forever. You get a paper cut, you're there a whole goddamn day.
Huh. That sounds like that'd be very involved. Okay. What was the guy's name again? Ava. Wait a second. Is this the same fucking guy that we killed? Ava?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Different Ava.
Different.
There could be two Avas.
Yeah, okay. Professor has it run by Ava. Alright. Non-magical healing, I guess?
Yep. Basically like a hospital.
And also not legal. Okay. Well, Peter, good to talk to you. Thank you for the connect. Hope the family's well, but I gotta rush. Thanks. Bye. Then I'll hang up.
Oh, I was about to say about a little and click.
Yep. It's like, okay, well, Dan will go look into this Professor Hazard.
Okay.
Doop-de-doop-de-doop. Nothing going on today. Everything's
Yeah,
fine.
It seems like it's been looking up, honestly.
Yeah, pretty chill. Taking a nice stroll. Gonna regrow my body soon. Feeling good.
You got a way to do it?
Where's the car? I could take the car. Oh, the car's not here? Dang.
Yeah,
Well, I
car's
guess I'll
gone.
walk. It's a nice day out.
Freedom's great, isn't it?
I know, right?
Birds are singing. Spring's starting to come in. Nice day. All right. Anything else? Dagrim, AAA.
How long have they been gone?
They've been gone probably about an hour now.
Not anything of concern. They're probably fine.
Have we gotten any notice from them about anything?
The only notice that you got was that they were going to go talk to the guy who Rez just got a bunch of info from.
Okay, so we don't actually know anything's wrong.
Correct.
I don't have any way to tell anything wrong on my side of there. I don't think there's anything we can do. I think the only thing we can do is honestly just wait.
Keep doing what we're doing until we know something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think it would be before we notice something's wrong?
I mean, if they're not back
I would know
until
the
morning.
distance. I would know the distance to the prophet, but I mean, how long was the drive to get to the prophet?
It wasn't too long. That was like 15 minutes by flying car.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, probably next morning before we notice anything's weird.
It's Rez and Rosie. They've been out drinking all night some nights. Like,
Yes.
True.
it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for them to do that.
Okay.
So we're saying probably morning.
Yeah, I'd say so. For what it's worth, we'll fast forward you guys to the morning. But in the meantime, Rosie, you would wake up, sore, riddled with holes and slashes, but you are all bandaged up and somehow alive in a prison cell.
Lovely.
All of your magic items and weapons have been stripped off of you for what it's worth. Same would apply to you, Rez.
Yeah, I figured.
But they
as
can't
much.
take your fists.
They what?
They can't take your fists.
That's true. They can never take my homebrew. I have that.
So, anything you'd like to do in your prison cell?
You wake up. What do you do?
I mean, I'm just asking before I flash to everybody else. You would wake up.
Literally don't think there's anything I can do, so you can just go ahead and flash
Can
forward.
I slip through the bars? Do I fit?
No, you do
Alright.
not fit.
Well, that's
I do
all
know-
I got.
For what it's worth, you two were placed in jail cells next to each other. For what it's worth, you would know that, Rez.
Yeah, is it just like key locks on these, or is there anything special about them? I'm getting the vibe that this place is like no magic at all.
Correct. It is very, very much no magic. With that said, it is still fairly heavily guarded. Like I kind of described, there are guards between every jail cell, and there's constant guards patrolling the area, walking up and down past the areas. But otherwise, it is a door with kind of a just think of like a jail cell, but they're very tight between, and they've got a wire mesh through each bar.
Okay. I got nothing specific to do. I think we're stuck. I probably would have just taken a short rest while Rosie was out. So
Okay.
I'll just recharge all my stuff real quick.
Okay.
But that's it.
Okay. So if that's the case, food would eventually be brought to you both. It's very plain and bland rations that would get slid slid through a small little food hole that then they immediately shut on a tray. And then we would probably fast forward to the next morning then.
What about Professor Hazard?
Oh yeah, you want to check him out today?
Yeah, that's what I was
All
going to go look into.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
It was a really long walk.
Walking all night.
Not nice a day out anymore.
All right, so heading over to the hospital, I guess is the best way. Clinic, that's the word I'm looking for. Clinic. Heading in, you would see there are a few people in there with various cuts and ailments of the sort, as there is a receptionist checking people in.
Cool. Yeah, I'll ask to talk to the doctor.
Okay. And may I ask for the reason of the visit? Any
A consultation.
Very well, consultation. As she just checks down the list, this elf. I'll just have you fill out some info here. She slides a little piece of paper and a pen towards you, and then just hand that to the doctor once you get called in and settled.
I just fill in bullshit. I don't put anything real in there.
Okay. So you probably sit down till your name's called, and you head into the room where a dark elf looking man walks in and sits down with wearing a white lab coat. You can see what look like some red stains on his lab coat as far as that goes. And to what do I owe the pleasure, Mr. Robo-Man, is what you wrote down.
Yeah, listen, Doc, you're Ava? Dr. Ava?
The very same.
Sweet, listen, I need to regrow some parts.
Oh, did you lose a finger or something? We have these new grafting measures that might work for you.
Well, I lost a little more than that. I don't know if you can tell just by eyeballing it. But
sure you don't want to go to a mechanic. I'm more trained with,
no,
fleshy bits.
I'm talking fleshy bits. My question to you would be, how long and how expensive would it be to do that here?
And he's just kind of looking you up and down before he centers on your eyes. Those are very good prosthetics for eyes. I've never seen something that...
They're not fake, Doc.
Proper.
You're a little slow on the uptake here. You're not inspiring me with a lot of confidence.
Look, you're a robot that just walked in, and you're asking for fleshy bits. You must understand.
All right. Listen, Doc. I think maybe I've learned everything I need to know about you. Listen, you have a good day. I will. Well, I won't be in touch. I think I'll just leave him. I do not feel confident that this man is capable of delivering what I need. And I'll make a personal note to fucking chew out DeWald later.
Okay.
Those ass from a fucking protractor. You send me to this fucking quack. You expect me to get anything done? I'm just like, midnight on the phone yelling at him. Now we can fast forward.
Look, I didn't know you wanted the real primo shit. All right.
Yes, I wanted
You
primo
wanted to stay
shit.
cheap.
No, look, I've got money now. I want good shit.
Well, you should have said that. You've been cheap your whole life, and now you want to put out a little bit of a silver spoon in your tongue.
All right, look, if you've got to connect, hook me up. If not, then I will talk to you next time I talk to you.
So I'd say, knowing what you are looking for specifically, he would be able to get you set up with a Dr. Sloan, and he would give you the address as well.
Dr. Sloan, you say?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. I'll make a note to go check that guy out in the morning.
All right. So, you got a new name, and it will be a bright new sunny morning where absolutely nothing is wrong, except, oh hey, where Rosie and Rez? They're still not home.
Weird.
It's a bit odd. They did say they were just going to see the prophet.
Maybe they went out drinking. They probably passed out in a fucking alleyway again.
Yeah, they're probably fine.
All
They can handle
sending to
themselves.
Rez. Hey, Rez, listen, if you guys are gonna go out fucking boozing, at least, check in and let us know.
We're sorry. This call cannot be completed as dialed.
So, I send Rez a message. Does it not
get
get
it?
through?
You do not get anything, and yeah, Dan, you would get kind of a block. Like you get your message ready and you send it out, and you get the sense that it didn't go anywhere.
That's alarming.
Like, the best way I can describe it is you sent out the magic, but it just felt like it was repelled more than the normal kind of whooshing sensation that you get from sending it.
Repelled. Okay, so it doesn't feel like it just didn't work. It felt like there was something else at play there. Like, not
Correct.
that I was sending to a dead person, but that something was interfering with the spell.
Correct.
The magic equivalent of a bird hitting a window.
Yeah, basically.
Why do I have a headache?
That's not supposed to happen. Fuck.
What's wrong, Dan?
Fucking
Couldn't get your flesh?
fuck. No. Shit. Can you scry on them?
Let me look at my spell list.
I do it, but I'm deficient, so I can't cast fifth level spells yet.
Give me a moment, and I will prep scrying. Like this if you scry every time. Let's see. How does scrying even work? It's not a spell I thought I could prep. Oh, well, we'll need to do some shopping.
Okay, then. Let's go get his
Oh, wait,
scrying
no, never
implement.
mind. No, I'm good.
Oh, are you?
A focus worth at least 1,000 gold, and I have a holy symbol that's +2.
Okay.
Let's see here. The target of the scry must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connection you have to it. If a target knows you're casting a spell, it can fail the saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed.
Here's the real question, Dagrim. Do you possess a body part, lock of hair, bit of nail, or the like for the Deathbringer?
A snip of the Deathbringer's hair.
The answer is definitely yes.
I feel like it's a definite fucking yes.
There were tears at one point.
I look at my bag of trinkets and I see that I have like a comb on there.
It's bag
like,
of
yes, of
Deathbringer
course.
trinkets.
Mm-hmm. No, I have a ring of trinkets. But it's not a magic item. But yes, I'll take out a comb that Rosie was looking for one time.
And that you just pocketed.
Now you have.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Creepiness saves
I
the
pick off.
day.
I just look at Dagrim like, I'm not saying shit if you find him.
I pick off a piece of hair from the
You
thing.
can keep that. But you have to
What?
find them.
All right. I try to scry on Rose.
I'm really upset right now.
You're gonna save our behinds, Rosie.
I know, but I'm still upset.
Understandable.
So it's a saving throw on their part, but it depends on if it actually even works.
I don't even think it's gonna get through. If it was that easy, people would be breaking out of here all the time.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, as you focus on this lock of hair, or the string of hair, I should say, as you described, to try and see if you can find Rosie, you get a similar sensation to Dan, where your magic feels like it is repelled and you're not able to focus in on Rosie. It's almost as like something is preventing you from focusing on your target. So the spell ultimately does not succeed.
I have a headache. It's like the power was repelled. That's concerning.
That's not good. Fuck.
What kind of, well, anti-scrying magic, I guess, but
I mean, we've got similar stuff up on the bar, but
maybe is it the bar that's interfering?
no, you can't make a sensor in the bar. You can project out of the bar all you want. But that means that there's somewhere with a similar sort of ward.
Hmm.
And they've been gone all night.
Any place that we know?
Well, I mean, there's some worst case scenarios, but you know, I'd rather cross that bridge when we have to.
Did, by chance, Rosie needs something for your body creation that required Homesteades tinctures? They would have some sort of warding.
Yeah, but why would they still be at a Homesteades?
Maybe
Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they have messaged us or something? You know?
Can she message us?
I don't know.
I don't know the Deathbringer's true strength.
I mean, it's a mystery to us all. Listen, where did you go with Rez yesterday?
Prophet.
Yeah, where is that?
But we don't have the car.
Yeah, we should go get the car.
Well, I know how to fly there.
Okay, take us.
I
step into a bag.
I can't fly in the day.
Well, why the fuck not?
I can only fly for a minute, and only if it's dark.
Useless fucking fly. I cast fly on
I
you.
imagine you were like putting your foot into a bag already.
Yeah, like midway through the bag.
I'm like standing on 1 foot, the bag's all the way up to my hip, and I'm like, what do you mean you can't fly for more than a minute?
I
I'll
can't
just
fly
cast.
during the day. Someone might see.
I'll
It's
just
illegal.
cast fly on him.
How long does that last?
10 minutes.
Not gonna be enough, buddy.
You could get us 2/3 of the way there.
Okay. AAA, we have a problem.
What's up?
Rosie and Rez, they're missing. And we can't be scryed on by our powerful magic.
Is it the mind shielding ring for the Rosie's got?
Scrying wouldn't have any effect on the mind shielding ring. Just a good thought, though. The effect should just show me where they are.
Could they be in a location that's shielded from scrying?
That's the current theory.
That's the
But-
theory, but we're investigating the last known location of them.
Yeah, we don't have more than that.
Get in my
We don't
bag
know.
and we can go all together.
Okay.
So
Yep,
skeleton
imagine-
man. Go ahead.
I imagine when AAA is like, oh, okay, and then he just like crumbles to a pile of bones and
The
makes like
dry-
a rattle.
The dry
Yeah.
bones.
Yeah.
He'll do like a little spinning like pirouette, little graceful dive into the dag.
The dag bag.
Yep, it's called the dag.
Okay.
Oh, I will fly for 10 minutes in the direction that I remember.
You get a few people looking up, like, is that a flying zombie?
No,
As you fly along.
Boo.
keep to yourselves.
Remain calm.
Don't worry.
Uh,
It's just don't fall. Don't be under me when the spell wears off. Otherwise, you will be crushed.
Someone fat get in my way. So yeah, you are able to fly a majority of the way there, and then walking down the streets in question, rounding the corners, you see you would eventually round and see Daisy just sitting there, waiting.
Well, there's the car,
Off.
and there's the building.
This is concerning.
Can we tell any signs of entry? Said building.
Scuffle,
see-
perhaps?
I would say heading up to the building, you can see the glass door, or the not glass doors, the glass windows seem to have cracks on them, but they haven't fully, cracked out or blown out or anything like that. And the door is hanging open slightly ajar.
Well, that doesn't seem promising. It didn't look like that yesterday. Or maybe it did, but after I left. I take AAA out of the bag as well.
Okay.
All hands on deck.
Can we do an investigation?
Yes, we should see what we can find.
Okay.
Loki, did Daisy see it?
I would say at you guys getting close to the place and kind of looking over the entrance, Daisy's lights would flash twice at you.
Dan, can you speak car?
Seriously?
I don't know. You share a common ancestor.
I was a person
That's a
before
great
this.
Look, I don't know the details of how you work.
He's 40% car.
Oh my god. I'm telling her she had that fucking comb.
If
Daisy!
you look inside, there's literally a license plate surrounding your ribcage.
Daisy!
You hear a light honk.
Did you see what happened to Rez and Rosie?
You hear a louder honk.
Okay, 1 honk for good, 2 honks for bad. What happened to them?
Honk, honk.
Well, fuck. Okay. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Was it a mob?
Honk, honk.
Was it government?
You hear...
Honk?
you get yeah,
Upward inflection.
like 3 honks.
The hell's 3 honks mean?
What the fuck is 3 honks? Daisy, yes or no? Okay, was it mind flayers?
Honk or no honk?
You get 2 honks.
Okay.
Or unsure.
What was that?
So 3 honk could mean maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe doesn't tell us anything though. It's just it could have been.
Triple A, I
They could
didn't
also
know
be-
you spoke car.
They could be unaffiliated. What about do you have any way you could tell us what they looked like?
Can you detect thoughts?
On a car?
It's sentient, isn't it?
Honk.
Is that a yes or a no?
That's a yes. It was a single honk.
Well, if it got awakened, it would be able to speak, I think.
It doesn't have a mouth. Just because it's a caterpillar's sentient doesn't mean it
Honestly,
can speak.
detect thoughts maybe would work.
I mean, I could try
If
it.
it's alive.
I think I have detect thoughts.
You might
Yeah, I can
Don't-
cast detect thoughts.
don't delve too deeply.
All right, I'm gonna test detect thoughts on a car.
Okay. I'd say this is definitely than any other thoughts you've picked up from using this spell before. It's almost like a different language in the form of thoughts, but you're able to make things out in the shape of kind of pictures and senses rather than voice. As you would hear the sounds of Rosie and Rez talking in the background, kind of muffled because it's a little bit of a distance, as they were talking with this man named the Prophet, as suddenly a scuffle breaks out. You would get recalled that Rez pulled Rosie out as she kind of seemed like she was straining and struggling her way up the staircase, something a bit unlike Rez, considering how strong she is. After she got up the staircase, she regained her composure almost instantaneously. And then there was some more talk before it was ultimately silence.
What happened? That's all you saw? Shit.
Honk?
What did you see?
It looked like they almost got out of the building and then they went back in.
I
Son
mean,
of
we
a
should
bitch.
probably go in the building and see what the hell's going on in there.
I would say, for what it's worth, they did describe Daisy did describe a brief glance of the pale man in question with the black suit.
There was a guy in there. Did the prophet look like a big, tall, pale guy? Dark
He
suit?
had gray scales, kind of withered and old. Kind of
No.
like me, but a dragonborn, I'd say.
Okay, no, this guy was definitely human. That's a different dude. Fuck. Okay, I guess we should probably take a peek inside.
Yes.
I don't like this at all. I'm gonna send Cal ahead first.
Okay. So sending Cal ahead into the room. I mean, he would give a brief glance, and you'd be able to see what's in there. And yeah, it looks kind of like I had described earlier, a musty, old-looking room with lots of purple robes for apprentices, silk garments, lots of purple rugs, purple shades. Just very, very themed. Powders for various arcane magics, some scrolls, things like that, and a crystal ball lying in the center of a table. And you can see little bits and shards of glass and crystal, like the one that Dagrim pulled out at the tavern.
Seems correct. Looks like they must have done another scrying session.
There's clearly signs of a struggle.
Well, the glass on the floor is actually... I pull another piece of glass out of my face. From yesterday.
Did you sleep on that?
I forgot. Whoever said that.
Well, what happened? Is there any sign of further struggle beyond the broken glass on the floor that Dagrim's explaining?
I would say Dagrim, as you get inside, I would say, actually, no, Cal, just give me a general investigation if you want to look around and see if you can find anything here.
I think that I'll assist Dan.
Okay. Oh, cool. Nat 20.
Oh, shit.
So investigation 29.
29, god dang. Okay. So on a 29, I would say here's what you are going to see. While you don't directly see signs of a struggle, I would say you would notice something about the room, and just the whole room in general. It's like Dagrim would notice this more and probably point it out to Dan as he's making his observations. The best way I can describe it is the room looks like it's been squished a little bit, like it's been pulled down on itself. The books look a little more compressed. The wood seems to be bending and bowing in the places where they're placed at. And specifically on a 29, because I had this be a real high DC, but you beat it, you see the tiniest speck of what looks like almost like a piece of glass floating in the middle of the air, stationary.
Well, that's not mine.
Fuck.
I'm just gonna cast see invisibility on myself real quick.
Okay.
Do I notice anything out of the ordinary while seeing invisible? Or does the room look the same? With the piece of glass still floating there.
Yeah, the piece of glass is still floating there, but I would say you actually are able to see a little bit more when you cast the invisibility. You see almost like these broken glass shards floating alongside this small glass bit, floating in place next to it.
Invisible glass shards?
Yes.
Careful, Dan.
These are different from the ones from the crystal.
There's some weird invisible glass. I mean, glass is already kind of invisible, but this is actually invisible.
That's deeply unsafe.
No kidding.
Okay. What the fuck do we make of floating glass?
I mean, the
Master
only.
Dan.
Well,
Cal's going to pipe up.
Who?
Master Dan. Cal is piping up.
Oh.
Asking for you.
he is sentient.
Yeah, hello.
Dan, who are you
You were-
talking to?
You rang?
You may want to collect one of those orbs. Those are not your normal orb.
You don't say, Cal. Do you want me to touch the floating glass?
No, not that. The orb in the center of the table. Scrying orb.
Why? What is it?
It is something that Duskmorn was working on something a long time ago before you took care of Duskmorn. At least that building. It is a more powerful type of scrying. It's able to get through certain barriers, but I'm not sure if it would be a good idea to use it, but it is a valuable item, to say the least.
Well, can I cast Identify on the orb?
Sure.
Alright, I'll do that.
So you use it, or you cast Identify, and doesn't take too long. And you can see this is a. Let's see. This is a greater crystal ball.
Wasn't
So
the
that is-
prophet that was strong. It was his balls.
So, for what it's worth, it is like the standard crystal ball, which basically allows you to cast the scrying spell on it. But this one's bigger. Instead of 6 inches in diameter, this is about 10 inches in diameter. It's a pretty big crystal ball.
And that's pretty huge.
And this also would have the ability to bypass certain wards with high enough rolls. On a failure, though, the crystal ball does shatter. But otherwise, it can just be used as a standard crystal ball otherwise.
Huh.
What's up, Dan?
This was a Duskborn project, or Dusk...
Morn.
Duskhorn.
Or Duskhorn? Okay.
Yeah,
Duskmorn
Duskhorn.
is the magic set.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Many dusks.
is it still a very rare crystal ball then?
Yes, it is still very rare.
Okay.
You know, Dan, he did buy these in bulk. There's a closet right over there with like quite a few.
Yeah, I'll go check the closet.
Yeah, and checking the closet, you see a wooden box, kind of like a wooden chest almost. It's currently closed.
Okay, so I'll check those.
You open it up, and in silken plush holdings, you see 3 more of these orbs.
So there's 4 of them.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
he said he bought them in bulk.
This
However you do
is
that.
impressive. Okay, yeah. I mean, these are all going in the bag.
Bag.
Uh,
Like a good move.
Okay. This orb can bypass certain wards and drying spell fails, the crystal ball explodes. Okay. Well, I guess then the next step is to attune to it and see if we can't get it to cast a spell.
Well, I'm out of scrying for the day.
Well, you can cast it with the orb.
Oh, the orb allows you to cast scrying.
While attuned and touching it, you can cast Scrying DC 17.
as many times as you want.
Yeah.
I just put it in references. It's like a normal crystal ball, but can bypass wards. On a failure, the crystal ball shatters, dealing 1d8 piercing to any within 10 feet of the orb.
Dan, is it of concern that these exist? Or did you know about these?
I don't think Dan would have known about this.
Where
It
would
wasn't in your
one
branch.
Yeah, my branch of Duskborn was focused primarily on industrial sabotage. We weren't really connected to R&D, I guess this would be. So, yeah, I guess we take it back, take it with us, and all attune to it.
Okay.
And then cast scrying through it.
Okay.
Give me the comb.
So, taking the comb, your target is Rosie.
Yep.
Okay.
So she needs to make a wisdom saving throw with a negative 15 for having hair and being familiar with her.
Rosie, you make a wisdom saving throw. See vous play.
-3.
All right. Rosie, what you doing in that cell?
I think she's just like in the corner hugging her knees to her chest.
All right. Dan, that's what you see. In a prison cell.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, they got caught.
prison
They got-
with anti-scrying wards?
Yeah, that sounds like Arcane Bastille.
I mean, what could they have done to get put in there?
I assume that's what the asshole in the black coat was doing. They must have gotten caught up in something with the Prophet. It's the only thing I could think of. Maybe it was like a sting or something. They like got just kind of picked up in the same arrest.
You can't get out of Arcane Bastille.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's that's bad. That's real
Without
bad.
some extremely powerful help.
Don?
The Don doesn't even think that he could get through there. If I remember correctly.
Okay, well,
Otherwise, he would have gotten his second in command out quickly.
I have an idea. It's a really bad idea, but I have an idea. But I need my
also
body
had
because
an
I need high level magic to do it.
And you can't get your body without Rosie.
Well, Rosie did the part that I needed her to do, but I still need the Timmy cleric guy to fucking actually regrow it.
The idea that I had may work, but it's not guaranteed.
What's your idea?
So I am in contact with Miracle. Usually it's a one-way line, obviously.
Sure.
But if anything can break through a ward of a prison run by a demon council, would be a god of death. Not like he would be interested in, spending time doing that unless there was something in it for him.
Well, these are the people helping you procure phylactid information, right?
Exactly.
So I think that's an angle.
I could imagine, though, if he doesn't do things without a cost.
Didn't you just give him a phylactid?
Well, the phylactid is still in my possession. He said he wants more information.
What the hell? So we can't drink it, but he won't take it?
He probably would take it, but he wants more information before he takes it off my person. Perhaps he thinks it could be beneficial at some point. But someone will have to pay a cost. And Merkel works in souls, generally speaking.
We can certainly procure souls for him in abundance if we continue in our line of work. This is the Deathbringer we're talking about, right?
True.
You make that clear to him. Tell him, hey, listen, the Deathbringer's in jail. You got to get her out. Got to get her stuff. And, the Deathbringer's best friend, too, who's also in jail with her and also needs her stuff.
Because her dad's there too. He likes to.
What was that, Rosie?
I said also her dad too, because he's also there in that same jail and might as well kill two birds with one stone, right?
I don't know if Dan would think about Ida. I think Dan's just get them out. Get those two out.
Yeah, right.
And if this works, then that'd be proof that, oh shit, we could use this to get Ida out.
I'm worried that it's not just us giving them souls, though. It could be an exchange on their parts.
What do you mean?
I mean, if he were to help, usually the cost is paid by the person getting the benefit.
Okay, look. You regularly send this guy souls, right?
Yes. I haven't sent him in a few, but
okay, we can fix that. We can fix that. You tell him you get those two out, and they're gonna bust so many heads for him. They will kill so many people. He's gonna get so many souls, so many more souls than if he just took their souls. And
I like how this is
You won't
way
believe
out of
how
Dan.
many people I'll be sending.
This is way out of Dan's spectrum.
Low key, Dan actually has a good religion score.
Does he?
Yeah, I got a +9.
Well, I mean, I guess it's an int roll, right?
Yeah, it's an intelligence skill, and it's one of the skills he's proficient in for whatever reason. I blame one of his older brothers.
He grew up Christian. Well,
it's look, this is Fortuna. Everything's for sale. You just gotta fucking establish a price.
I can try to get a hold of him.
He seems like a reasonable guy. I think he will understand the long-term investment he's making by getting them out of jail, souls intact.
The Arcane Bastille definitely does not seem like a place that we could just break into unless we had an expert thief.
Well, if this doesn't work, I do have a half of a plan for that. We do have a submarine.
Is the arcane? We don't know where it is.
It's in the undersea. We do know where it is.
Do you know how big the undersea is?
We'll fucking find it. We've got magic. We can narrow shit down.
There's an ant. That seems like finding a needle
Well, Dagrim,
in
you
the
can.
astral sea.
You can literally ask gods 3 questions a day that they have to answer truthfully. We can find it.
Yes or no questions.
Okay. Is it in the eastern hemisphere?
Just
Is it in the northern hemisphere?
and if the god is unsure of where it is, or if the god is unsure, it can say that. They're not omniscient.
Dan's faith in Merkel has never been lower.
You
Merkel stonks are at an all-time low.
eat lower than even before you knew about him.
Yeah. It's like, well, listen, he's probably going to take their souls, and also he doesn't know where the fuck they are. He's kind of dumb. It's like, why are we asking for help? So I guess, what is it? The Divine Intervention or Commune is the play right now?
Commune more than
Commune.
likely.
Oh, that's right. We
I
don't have
Divine
intervention yet.
Intervention.
Okay, let's fucking go kill rats for like 5 sessions and power level until you get Divine Intervention.
No.
Hey, you put them in jail, DM. We're just rolling with the
Through
punches.
the portal.
We're grinding rats.
I thought it was just gonna be the world government or some shit, you know?
It
like,
was.
Well, I didn't think it was like that world government. I
The
thought it was
world government's Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be that. I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, here's a little bitty prison cell.
A random fucking business guy showed up. We thought he was going back to work.
Low key though. That's
He did.
what Rosie thought.
He went back to work.
I didn't think you were gonna.
I
send
even
us
explicitly
there.
said, like, there's no way he's teleporting right to a prison or something.
Yeah, I really didn't think that was gonna. Like, I could see like a low caliber prison. I was like, okay, we'll deal with that, but not that one. I did not
County
expect that
jail.
one.
Oh.
Well, it was a surprise for everybody in the party.
And the DM.
Yep.
Well, I can't commune today because it's not prepped.
Fucking damn it.
I don't.
Would it be
Also, I don't
reason-
have that spell slot anymore.
Let's go. Oh yeah, you scried.
Yeah.
I
Would it be
guess we
reason-
go talk to the devil daddy.
What were you gonna say, AAA?
I was gonna say, would it be reasonable for the two characters or for us to find 2 temporary characters to assist us in breaking out the 2 party members? That way, the other members have something they're
Something
able to
to do.
instead of basically
Yeah.
being.
They could role play being in
Being
jail.
in prison. Yeah.
Yeah, they could
I
meet
think
some
I read-
fellows.
I'm really
Figured that out.
sad. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's a recession? Oh, great.
Also, that way we're not basically down 2 members the entire time.
Yeah.
We'll figure out the details once we get the
Yes,
rules
yes.
established here.
Yeah, I feel like we should see what Dagrim can get out of his god and then go talk to
'Cause I
him.
feel like if we're gonna fight our way into basically impel down, we're gonna need the full forces.
True.
I don't think we were expecting to lose 2 of our primary members right before fighting our way into
Our
it.
2 damage dealers.
Actually, kind of worked pretty well. Got the damage dealers out.
Dan, what
Make
was
things
your
interesting.
what was your idea as well? Oh, Devil Daddy. No,
Well,
Devil Donnie.
Devil Donnie. Get body regrown. Steal some gems. And make the submarine fly, and then smash it into something. Like the Arcane Bastille.
I don't.
So
Dagrim is very doubtful of the submarine plan. In particular.
It's a very large armored asset. I don't see why we wouldn't try.
You know, it's also,
Also,
a very
it's built
large
for,
armored asset. Fucking prisons.
Which is why we smash them together.
It is also the submarine, for what it's worth, is also built for breaking in. It was built with a piercer at the front.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Who said that?
Cal did.
we're gonna have to find some way for our characters to find out about the magic nullification and then figure out how to deal with it.
Well, we already know that there's magic nullification. Because our wards, like our scrying,
Blocking
failed,
our most of our spells. Yeah.
except
We as
for
people
these
know about it,
crystal balls.
but our characters don't know about it. We just know that they're blocking scrying. We don't know that it's blocking magic.
It blocked a
inside.
sending spell too. We know it's blocking magic.
Yeah. We are confident in the fact that this place is warded to high heavens.
I don't know how it's warded, but I do know it's warded.
Yeah.
Okay, so our characters can then assume that they're somehow blocking magic inside, and then figure out a way to deal with it.
Yes.
I definitely don't want to send a character that only does magic inside to a building that only.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
three of us only do magic.
I have a scythe.
We are the worst people to be breaking into an anti-magic prison. This should be Rosie and Rez's thing. And they're in prison.
We got there and we got fucked instantly.
Because as far as I understand it, gods are beyond the weave.
God,
Like they
This
are
is a perfect
entities.
time to show up.
What's that?
So this is really the perfect place for John to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right?
He yoinks him over for a minute.
Warding can't ward off a god. Correct, Dan?
Dan?
Warding can't
Daggermaster.
ward off a god. Can it?
I have no fucking clue.
You have a 9 religion.
Okay.
I mean,
Damn,
I
do I
would-
know if that's a thing?
I would assume wards laid down by a god would be able to ward off another god, but
I know gods have control over their own realms to prevent whatever they want from happening to it.
Yeah, the City of Bones is miracles.
Yeah, I'd say as far as that goes, you would know. I'm not going to require a religion check. I mean, you do not know of any magical means to suppress divine intervention type stuff.
Gotcha.
Or deities seem to be on another level from magic.
or like a dimensionality reduction style.
Basically.
Well, yeah. Shocked to Devil Dawn.
I think
and
we
then
should.
I'll commune with Merkel in the morning. And
Let's go to the casino.
it was such a nice day yesterday. To the casino. Diddle-diddle-diddle.
All right. So go ahead.
That's an old style Batman transition.
Yeah, exactly.
Moments later, you get into Daisy and fly on over there. You get a brief frisking just to check for anything, make sure nothing's going on. You're not carrying a giant bomb or anything like that. They know you pretty well, but they still got to do their checks. As you're eventually let in to see the Don, who was just finishing up a conversation with a equally tall looking hobgoblin. As they shake hands, you see a brief exchange of the hobgoblin's eyes lighting up with green flame that matches the Don's, as the hobgoblin walks out, kind of ducking under the entryway and walking out. Gentlemen, what do I owe the pleasure?
Bit of
Back his hair.
what?
I can't hear you, Rosie.
I just said our ladies were stolen.
We have no maidens.
We need our maidens back.
We are maidenless, as it were. Yeah, listen, Don, we got a problem. Big problem. Same problem you have currently, actually. Very valuable people are currently missing. And there's a strong chance that they might be in the same place.
You see his probably the most cheerful demeanor you've seen out of him, like, quickly fade away as his face just becomes neutral in expression as he's staring you down. How the hell did they end up there?
Unsure
I
exactly.
don't know. It looks like they got caught up in a sting on some fucking back alley diviner.
Prophet. The
Yeah.
prophet. Yeah, that I believe you were the one that. No. Were you the one that told us?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Seems like the prophet got too
Made.
much information, perhaps.
You should know better than to look into government organizations. It's one of the quickest ways to get tagged.
Oh. Good thing I didn't do that. Looking over at Dan.
I didn't ask for anything. I wasn't even there. What are you looking at me for?
Oh, you scried on the prison.
Well, yeah, I tried.
You succeeded.
I did. You're right. And nothing happened.
For now.
Either way, we're looking for any ideas on how to retrieve the members of our party. Obviously, you would have already saved your second in command at this point if you knew a way, but brainstorming is always better with more people.
Yes.
I have a plan that requires my body be restored to full power.
You see him lean forward onto his desk, putting his hands, crossing his fingers as he puts his hands and arms on the table. As you hear the wood creak under his weight as he leans forward, looking at you. What is your plan, Magic Man?
So we take the submarine and we smash it through the wall.
Dan, I already told you that this
That's
is
a
not
brilliant
the
idea.
Oh my
I knew
Lord.
you'd like it.
Why does that require
You seem like a man of action.
They'd never expect something like that.
It's so stupid. It has to work.
Sometimes the best plan is the dumbest plan.
The only problem is I can't make the submarine fly unless I get my body back.
Dan, how?
Hmm.
Okay. I don't think you're thinking past. Even if we made a submarine fly,
Mm-hmm.
found the prison, and then infiltrated said prison,
Mm-hmm.
they're blocking magic.
Sure.
What do you do? Hostile?
I have 7 Tommy guns in my bag of holding.
How many Tommy guns do you think they have?
Probably more.
You remember that time Rosie shot you?
Yeah,
Didn't go so well.
it hurt.
That was one bullet.
Okay, then. We just bring more bullets. We get every man you have, Devil Don. We pile them into a submarine. We smash through the wall, and we put a Tommy gun in each one's hands as they run into the breach. I see no way this can fail.
DM, I'm not there, but I would love to know the Dawn's reaction to this plan, please.
They don't even know where this place is, do they?
No.
No, they do
No,
not.
we don't. We have no idea. Like I said, it's like finding a needle in the astral sea.
I think you underestimate.
The power of a map.
Well, yes, but also magic.
It's anti-magic.
Not out here. And until we're in there, we still have full access to all the magic in the world that we could find or steal.
If
Okay. Also, imagine if you tried to get a map of the of the world that we're on. It would be pretty easy to see the holes in it.
I don't.
That's a fair point.
I don't think there would be holes in it. I think they would just have all official maps be filled
saying
in
we made
with
our-
bullshit.
If we were to
I-
make a map of our own world, then it would be pretty easy to see the blank spots.
It would be that easy, but this is in the underground sea, in a territory that has not been mapped. Not many places have been mapped, aside from the docks.
And that
It is
layer.
lawless territory.
Yeah.
I mean,
I may
Feel like
have
there's-
something that might help us, though, as he reaches down into his desk and pulls out that same little wooden placard with the glass-looking orbs that he had extracted from the changeling. As he picks through and lifts up one of them and glances into it. I found the location of where those demonic frog things were from. The what was the name?
Something loth.
Hydroloth.
There you go.
The river Styx is where you find them, correct?
If we were on any other plane, yes. But these have been recruited outside of the plane. They're in a magical warehouse right now. I have ascertained its location. Can capture one of them. Get the memories that it has. Might be able to find the location. The reason I bring this up, Iduk is not a stupid man. He would know to look for every little piece of info that we could use to find him in such a case. Should be trapped in his memories. Find the Hydroloth that has his memories. We find more info about how he got into Arcane Bastille. That might lead us to his coordinates.
any idea on how to find it?
Yes, I know where the warehouse is.
Any idea how to find the one specific Hydroloth that sucked the memories out of Iodok?
Well, that's the thing. It seems to be a warehouse where they consist of Hydroloths farming memories from others. It is Demon Council territory. But
Well,
it is not very well maintained in how many people manage the Hydroloths. Only a few handfuls of people are their masters. So if you capture one of their masters, you can find the specific one.
we're down our two physical dealers, so we're gonna have to recruit a couple of physical dealers until we get back Rosie and Rez.
And Brit is out of commission.
Yes. She is got her head space back about her, but she is in no place to fight quite yet.
Oh, she's
So Timmy's free then.
Yes.
We'll do some recruiting and find a couple temporaries.
I believe we can work that out. We could give you some of our men.
or maidens.
Dagrim.
Once
That is an old colloquial term I haven't heard in a long while. But yes.
He needs more combs.
No,
He's gonna lose
I'm
this
just
one.
saying that if you guys want to play a character that's a female, we're not restricting
Only-
it to men.
I only
Continue.
collect combs of certified badass killers.
Yes,
And
and
then,
Dan doesn't have hair, nor does AAA.
do you have any information on the security of the warehouse?
Yes. First off, to get into the apartment. Once you're in the apartment, it looks like any other. There's a special button combination that you have to use on the elevator to get specifically to it.
Got
Aside
it.
from that, it is just a standard portal warehouse, as we call. Just like this casino is a portal casino.
Sure.
Bigger on the inside. But expect some resistance, expect at least some guards, and probably some of the Hydroloths to fight back. Especially if you start roughing up their owners.
The Hydroloths are they are okay with being captured?
I think they were recruited, he said.
Hydroloths have a master that they report to.
I see.
So if you find their masters, then you can find this specific Hydroloth question.
I think we just kick everybody's ass until they're stopped moving, and then Dag, you can do what you do, and we'll just question them.
You see him just kind of shrug his big shoulders. That works too.
So about that cleric.
Yes. You need to
He's-
visit with Timmy.
Yeah, if he's free, we need to talk.
Very well. I hope there's no more bombshells that you have to drop on me today.
That's the big one.
Very well. As he gestures over with a finger to one of the guards, as he whispers in his ear, before the guard nods and walks to the door and gestures at you all. Follow him. He'll get you to Timmy.
I follow.
I follow Dan.
All right. So, leading down the casino, you get led to a door that is marked janitor's closet, and they open it up, and it is a stairway down. Heading down the stairway, rounding a few corners, there's a few other doorways and hallways down, but this guard seems to be leading down a specific path. As he heads into a fairly open room full of vials and chemicals, various chemical smells wafting through the air. It's a bit acrid and intense on the nose. For
I
those who
smell
can smell.
nothing.
As there is a pallor-looking man currently wrapping some bandages and gauzes around Britt as she sits on a concrete slab.
Hey, kid.
Hey. She winces as she tries to remember. Dad? Was it?
Yeah. How was your
Good to
first
see ya.
foray out on one of our missions?
I gotta be honest, I don't remember much. I remember this weird little brain-looking thing, and then I felt some scratching on the inside of my head, and then I don't remember much else.
That's for the best, I think. Good to see you up and about.
Yeah, I think I'm doing good. I can hold a glass of water now.
Good. That is
You
good.
keep doing that.
Well, hello, gents. As this pallor-looking man pulls his goggles up off of his head, you can see a clear soot outline on his eyes from the goggles. What brings you about? I hear the
Timmy?
Dawn has a favor. I take it. Yes, the name is Timmy. At least that's what I go by. No one ever looks for a cleric named Timmy. They wouldn't believe it.
I was confused.
I had him fooled. Timmy,
Yeah,
listen. I'm Dan. You may have heard. I was looking for you.
Oh yes, just your dad, and you're the one. Yes, I've heard many a story about you. Most of them from Iaduk as well. He's a good fellow. As he walks over to you, extending out his hand to shake it, and he basically just takes your hand and just shakes with both his hands, very vigorously on yours. I've heard many a good tale about you. So what is it that you're needing exactly? You need a finger grown back, and need a foot? What is it?
More than that. We're looking for the whole thing. Most of the whole thing. Like about half the whole thing.
I see, as he starts to scratch his head a little bit, going over and flipping through some of his notebooks, which show various pieces of anatomy and bodily parts on humans. And what is it specifically that you're looking for? Like, we are talking about an arm, or are you wanting to regrow the whole body and transfer yourself into it? What kind of thing are we looking for?
No. We can regrow it right here. I'll start unbuttoning my shirt. just right on top. Like
You
we
wear
don't.
a shirt. Oh yeah, you do wear a shirt.
Yes, I wear shirts.
What are you
Dagrim-
covering?
Has Dagrim assumed I've been naked this whole time?
No, I just kind of forgot. I thought you're like,
That's funny.
I don't know. Holy shit! You could take that off.
I thought that was part of your chassis.
Just like magnets back on.
No,
What are
it's
you
a plate.
covering?
It's not fabric.
Yeah.
It's just common decency.
I see.
Is
So
there-
you're looking to grow back. What exactly? I'm trying to get a better idea. I can grow things back, but it's
Okay.
generally like a whole appendage, like your chest or your torso or your
Yeah. Okay.
lower waist.
I've got one of my pockets. I'll pull out whatever notes I had put together with Rosie to give him, and I'll start walking him through the modifications that Rosie put into it. Just be like,
Very interesting. This is almost the reverse of a warforged. Instead of having a metal exoskeleton, you almost want a fleshy exoskeleton. This is fascinating.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, I guess. Just, stop at the guts. We don't need the guts. It's really just, mass we're looking for. Just flesh, muscle.
Sure, it would allow you to taste again.
Well, I mean, some of the muscle. Not the organs. I don't need any of the organs. It's just fucking, that's taken care of,
So tongue, nose? Is that
Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, that's fine, I guess. Like, the important thing here is just I need mass, right? Like, there's a percentage line that Cal keeps telling me I need to hit, so we're going for 50%. If you can get me that far, that's as much as we need.
In a weird way, yeah.
It's not far off.
let's see. So I would say this is probably going to require about 2 castings worth. One to regenerate most of your facial area, and then the other one to regenerate the mass that is what you're looking for in the torso area. Are there any other parts that you're looking for in specific?
I mean, it really it's just about the mass, man. I mean, whatever's the biggest muscles, I guess the chest, the limbs, the big ones there.
I mean, if you're looking for the biggest muscle, that would be the gluteus maximus muscle. It's got that name for a reason.
Sure, yeah, regrow my ass, whatever. Look, I just I needed to cast magic, okay?
Look, I'm a very direct person. You tell me exactly what parts you need, and I will grow them back. But I need details, man.
Yes, Timmy, grow back my ass, damn it.
It's his arcane focus.
I'm just, at this point, I'm like half undressed. I'm just like getting up onto a table. It's like, okay, so you think you can do it? Like, I mean, I know it's a lot to ask, but
If this is what you were using the favor for on the dawn, I can do it for you. That is not a problem.
oh no, I use that favor for magic. How much is it going to cost?
Hmm. And you see him
10?
flipping. Go ahead.
20?
You see him flipping through a few pages. 2 castings. All right, to get you a proper amount, I am going to have to reinstate one last thing. I need a list. Write down exactly what you want grown back.
Okay, fine. Here. I do a really shitty drawing, and I color in the parts of the body that I want grown back. It's like, does that look like 50%? If that was just like muscle and skin and shit?
He takes the paper back, looking back at the paper, back to the paper. He does this a few times.
Does it need more?
Yes, that should be about 50%.
Okay, good. So 20? 20 is good? 25? What do you need?
He flips through the pages again. And just as he's about to say something, you hear him pause as he looks like he's listening to something, as he's got kind of his head tilted up, almost instinctually. Yes. Okay. I believe we could negotiate a price. We will start with 10K. How does that sound?
Done. Here. I'll pull out 100 Eckrite and hand it to him.
Excellent! As he claps his hands together and rubs them, as he starts to incant and mutter as he takes his prayer wheel and holy water, as he starts sprinkling it across your body parts. And as a warforged, you see a little bit of a sizzling coming from some of these where the electrical contacts are not happy about the water in there. As the magic works its way into you, as you start to feel a strange sensation as starting from your face, almost from your eyes growing out, you start to see kind of these fleshy tendrils forming out of your the lower parts and higher parts of your vision as they start to wrap around your face, slowly growing back your face, going down your neck, and whatever other parts you listed on your body. Is about over the course of 4 minutes, because he did have to do 2 separate castings of the spell. You see as parts of your body are slowly grown back.
Sick.
And say, as you sit up after the spell is done, you feel a weird sensation as it feels like something almost locks in as the effects that you and Rosie had done start to take effect. And as Cal listed that were necessary, you feel the coldness of the room that you're in on your flesh as you start to see goosebumps forming on it.
For being a very bodily experience, this is a very out-of-body experience, I think. I feel like he's watching himself do this.
Yeah.
It's just like,
There, did I get everything? Everything in the proper places feels like it used to. I don't know if you would be able to remember that exactly, but how does it feel?
Cold. Really fucking cold. Jesus Christ. He'll stand up.
Yes,
He'll start like
cold.
He'll start like patting around his legs. He'll check the ass.
It's a nice ass.
Oh, sick. Nice.
Smooth as a baby's bottom.
Just kind of patting up and down the body and just kind of getting a sense like I mean it feels real. Actually, I mean Jesus Christ, like yeah, I can feel that. Oh, that's new. I mean it's not new, it's old. It's just it's thanks, Doc. I think you did it. Excuse me.
Of course I did it. You've got all sorts of fleshy bits back on you, but yes, you are welcome. I'm glad I could grow something back that you lost. However, it is that story as he looks you up and down is in your metal/human state. However, it is you've got to that.
Yeah, long story. I'd be happy to fill you in later. One last favor, Doc. Could you see if you could like pop this thing open for me? I'm gonna be like tapping at like the seam in the chest that Rosie kind of built into the skeleton.
He kind of looks at it. You see him get like a scalpel. Don't worry, I'm not going to cut you. I just need something to pry.
Sure.
As he just kind of gets to the seam and just kind of sticks it in. You feel like a slight stinging sensation before you feel a chink as the chest slides off on a hinge. Oh, you little bugger! You had this planned, didn't you?
Yeah. Sweet. All right, cool. It works. It works. It fucking works. Holy shit. Oh god, Rosie, if you live through this. He'll swing his chest shut and he'll begin getting dressed.
Yeah, as you swing your chest shut, you feel something as you're kind of starting to come to terms with all the sensations, and you feel something you haven't felt since before you started selling your body. Quite literally. I know that's a weird sentence.
It's a weird one.
It's literally true though.
You feel almost you feel something that you haven't felt in a long while. It's a connection to something ethereal that you haven't felt in a long while. And you remember distinctively not being able to have the same feeling, or it's more like it was muddied or blurry or foggy that same session when the man that helped teach you magic couldn't help you anymore because you had lost part of yourself. And it feels like you are more whole than you have felt in a long while.
Take it. Dan will retie his tie and fix his hat back on his head over his stubbly ass fucking hair. And turn back to Timmy and just tell him genuinely really I cannot express enough how grateful I am for this. Thank you immensely. I wish we could stay, but we have a prison break-in.
The dawn filled me in.
Good, yeah. So
that's why I lowered Chris. You're going to get back our boys and our girls, then all the power to you. I hope whatever you needed that for helps.
Thank you.
As he does a little bow and puts his goggles back on and starts going back to what he was doing, basically pouring chemicals into each other and then going back over to Britt And Brit's just kind of standing there gobsmacked, like, what the fuck? She seems very confused by this all going on.
Hey, Britt. Dan will let go of the coins that he had in his pocket that he was about to pull out and give him as a tip. He'll just leave them in his pocket. And turn back to Dagrim and be like, okay, that's one thing done, I guess.
You look so strange.
It feels strange.
I'm not used to someone looking as fresh as you are at the moment.
Yeah, this is like you did a whole bunch of pampering and like facial scrubs and shower and like all the stuff that makes your skin just look beautiful.
Some airbrushing.
Yeah.
Get rid of all the blemishes.
None of the pores are showing.
Yeah. Like brand new, fresh skin.
Skin needs a scar or something.
So, DM, I do have a random question.
What did you say, Rosie?
I do have a random question because I think Rosie would be looking for Eidik when she's in the prison, if she can see her.
Okay. I would say, for what it's worth, in the cell, you would not. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to see where he's at as far as that goes. In the brief periods where you both are let out of your cell, you would be able to get a little note of kind of the prisoners around you. None of them are Eidik, obviously. You do see there are lower levels that you get a glance at from the garden, kind of stairwells that lead further down, and you do, on occasion, like on the few times that you are given a brief glance for the both of you as you're walked across the garden or things like that, you can see generally the more powerful wizards seem to be being walked down these stairwells. So I would say, while you do not directly see anything relating to Eidik or Eidik himself, you can theorize the more powerful wizards, such as himself, are kept down below.
Gotcha.
Rez has a thing too, real quick.
Sure.
At some point, I don't know how long it's been, technically like 2 days, I guess.
Yep.
Probably the first thing any guard would hear her say after the whole confrontation at the entryway.
Mm-hmm.
When a guard walks by, Rez would just say, "Hey, I've got a question for you."
What is it? I'm not sure if that came through. He said, "What is it?"
No, I'm thinking about how to respond exactly. I'm looking to get in touch with someone. I don't know where your affiliations lie. Not you specifically of this organization, but if you are affiliated with the Demon Council, then put me in touch with Apollo. Pass that up the chain. Tell him I'm willing to do what it takes.
I would say at that the guard mostly just seems to ignore what you said as far as that goes. Whether he actually got the message or not, I would say that would be hard to tell because he just doesn't say anything.
I think it's just a seed, you know? It's like, if he mentions this to anyone, who knows where the word might end up.
Yeah.
And, we'll see.
I do think, are Rosie and Rez next to each other?
They're next to each other in the prison cells, but you would also both have been walked out briefly for essentially prison cell swaps. They do this fairly often, basically moving you around into cells.
Rosie would have apologized to Rez at one point.
It's okay, Rosie.
I didn't think it was gonna send us here.
Truthfully, I didn't either. But here we are. I suppose this is one way to find your dad.
Yeah, I think he's down lower. Do you think if I get in more trouble I can find him? Might as well, right? We're never leaving this place.
I don't know if it's worth it. I feel like... Well, I shouldn't say that in here, but... This might not be where we are stuck forever.
Yeah, but if we can get closer and figure out where he actually is, that would be
Helpful.
good to know. Yes.
From what I can tell, they primarily just sequester the casters away.
I know magic. She'll say that louder.
Bunch of dudes with nightsticks just run in and start wailing on you.
Bonk, bonk, bonk,
Get her,
bonk.
Magic, get her!
Knock her out, quick!
Did they not cast? Okay.
I think any information we could get on Ike's location could be valuable, but we are about as powerless as we possibly can be.
I'll just have Rosie hit on a guard.
Yeah, we're pretty good at that.
Yep. She'll just use her butt to her advantage. Hey, guard. You like my butt?
I'm not giving you advantage because you said what to her advantage.
Oh, that'll be Rosie's strategy.
Yeah, I think Rosie's strategy will be hitting on the guards. Rez will be trying to convince a guard to send a message up the chain.
Okay. I would say, as far as that goes, Rez, you have already given your message. Rosie, if you want to try a performance?
Perfect.
Or persuasion, maybe?
They're both the same, so it doesn't matter.
Alright. You like either one?
I'll use my lucky. I rolled a nat 20. I should have got that earlier. 23.
23. I would say... Because you're basically just trying to Bugs Bunny the guard, right?
Seems that way.
Trying to
I don't-
seduce him.
Don't entirely know what Bugs Bunny a guard mean, but sure.
You'll have to show her sometime, Plette. Basically, just lure the guard. I would say the guard seems to have.
Yep, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the one in the green.
I see.
Yeah, the green one. I believe it. She'll try to make her prison outfit cute.
As much as she can. Okay. So I'd say while you do seem to have drawn the interest in one of the guards as he goes to motion to talk with you, the other guard from across the hallway just kind of yells, "Oi, what the hell are you doing, mate? Get back at your post." As he begrudgingly goes back, but he occasionally looks through the guardrail at you every now and then, giving you a sly little wink.
She'll keep at it until eventually the other guard's not paying attention enough.
Okay. So I'd say that's probably going to take a while because guard changes do not happen too terribly often. But for what it's worth, does anybody else in the party have anything else to do? Because I know we're getting past our cutoff time.
The only thing that I would want to do is do the commune in the morning.
Okay. What would you like to commune?
Well, normally the spell is asking 3 questions,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess my concept is Dagrim's using it as a more powerful, because like I can do my meditation to like send a message, I guess you could say. But I'm using commune as like a, yo, I got an idea of there's these powerful people we know. We need them out of this prison. And they're important in the goals that are assigned to me in this plane. And they will bring you many souls and could be willing to pay any cost necessary to get your assistance.
Okay, so you're basically just asking them of this favor.
Yes, a favor in exchange for the costs necessary. Like I said, it's not like a expected answer right away, but
Yeah. Okay.
putting
the feelers out there.
He's got a busy schedule.
Got a lot of other
lot of
worshippers
souls
to
to
read.
Yep.
Okay. If you could also type that out in general, and I can put in references just so I have that to mull over here.
I will do that when I am more conscious.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, I think that is. Does anybody else have anything they want to do in the meantime or set up for next time?
I would like to copy animate objects into my spellbook now that I have fifth level
Unlimited
slots.
power.
Well, 5th level slots.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well, I guess I did have one thing. Did they actually ever tell us what our sentence was?
They did not.
Okay.
Hey, they said there would be people to read you your rights too.
Yep, that's what I was curious about.
Guantanamo, they don't do that.
No, all good.
They gotta get a list of all your demeanors and misdemeanors. Gotta get all that in order.
Mr. and Mrs. Demeanors.
Yeah, exactly. So if that's the case, if we're all good here, then I think that's where we'll call it for tonight. But first, MVP.
Not fucking Rosie.
I will vote Dan for getting a new body.
You did
Big
get
moment
it.
for Dan.
I'll vote Dan.
A nice ass.
Dan's got a nice ass, he gets MVP.